I am doing good, and I'm very excited to see this match today. It's going to be a really tough game. The battle for the one seed, very, very exciting. We got Albert V3 versus Razyngan. It's going to be a very exciting match. You don't want to miss this one. Uh, Furthermore, we have some more, information on top of all this. Albert V3 recently had a big roster shakeup. They also have an emergency sub playing, so 3/5 of the roster is not going to be here. That's going to be pretty tough. But they still have Ramen there. That's been their key player. Being able to consistently get this high ACS, but someone who has an even higher ACS, averaging over 300 every game. Caddy Kit or Coop Dude on Razyngan. It's going to be an exciting match, of course. I think because of this roster situation, Razyngan can be expected to have the upper hand, but I wouldn't count Albert out of here just yet. They do have some. We have a lot of unanswered questions about this team right now. That being said, though, I mean, Razyngan recently, off of their last 3 games, they've had massive success. They've been winning 2-0s, clean 2-0s. These maps have not been close, and you have Albert coming off of a pretty close game. I believe it was to Mochi Barn, winning it, pulling out ahead 2-1 there. But yeah, so it's going to be a very interesting game. Very interesting game. On the hand of, Go ahead, Alexander.
Sorry.
Welcome back.
My bad. All right, I got my tech issue finally sorted out. But anyways, looking at the map bans as well, I'm very happy. I love it. Banning Fracture, get that map out of the map pool, please. I hate Fracture so much. But AL choosing defense on Lotus. Lotus, historically speaking, has been a great map for many years. It's been a staple map in VCT as well. I would say probably defense. I'll probably say defense is a little easier than attack, but we know Lotus. It's an attack-sided map. There's nothing gonna stop it from being an attack-sided map since 3 sites. It's very difficult to defend, especially now with the meta going away with Sentinels. Most of the time you see double initiator, double smokes, no Sentinel anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know exactly what kind of compositions we'll be cooking up this week. I know Mix has been recently. I mean, there it is. All right.
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna be seeing. It looks like we're gonna both be seeing a Omen Mirror on these sides. They're gonna be opting for a Tejo though. That's gonna be some interesting stuff to see.
Definitely. I mean, Tejo. Tejo after the nerfs, I really didn't see much play, but now recently, after all the changes, after I believe it was patch 9.11, it just automatically changed the game, and Tejo managed to kind of like creep himself back slowly into the meta, especially since his drone is a really strong drone compared to Sova.
Yeah, he also has some pretty interesting post plant. You could just hold that utility all around, and then just at the very last second, just start popping those missile drones and whatever you have left on the spike. You don't have to be there. He's very threatening, and he's very good at clearing angles. He's very good at for those explosive plays that I know Razyngan loves to do. I mean, Lotus has always been a map that they've played very well. And I'm also, this is a bit exciting. I haven't seen him caddy kit on the Phoenix. I've mainly seen him play the Neon. I think Yoru pre-nerf. That's a interesting pick here.
But
and on the side of Albert V3, yeah, Yoru, it sucks what they did to him, man. They just completely gutted him. He can't do anything.
What about Neon? Terrible. Come on, Neon, follow up, please.
I mean, people are getting fed up with Neon now. That's been the word on the street. But we're gonna be seeing that Neon over on Albert V3 along with the Jet, with a little bit of Fade, Killjoy, and Omen. That's gonna be some interesting things to see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really curious to see how you got completely different comps here. The only thing, I mean, similar is just that and the Omen. Yeah, it's gonna be something to see, I think.
Definitely interesting how Albert, being on the defensive side, is going for a double duelist composition. So that'll be very strong on the attack. But on the defense, I'm a little unsure, especially since you're playing an Omen. You're not playing a Viper. You're not playing any kind of like pseudo Sentinel. You only have one smoke on your side. So this is a really interesting way to go about the defense.
You
Just
see
already
that.
pushing out first. Oh! Just not ready to clear that. Just not ready for that push from Rez. At least BK can manage to equalize the shots. Jersey gets scanned with the haunt. And Lethal's up next for challenge. Jersey fallen. And Zombie getting a very nice classic 2K. And oh, XC trying to staple the shots onto Rez, but it is not to be. It's all up to BK. And Zombie will get the 3K. Pistol round goes the way of Zin.
Yeah, I think that was very good just to send someone over, right over on that A side. You saw that they Albert V3 was trying to collapse on that A long there, and that was Razyngan trying to go for the C exec immediately. And it kind of like it's that explosive play that we're used to seeing from Razyngan, right? Being able to just get that spike down pretty fast. You know, after that initial motion happens on A, they see all the crowd over there on A. That means C is pretty weak. They're able to just walk right in. Very good play from Razyngan here.
Indeed. And keeping the Viper to the A main was just beautiful played. I don't think Emo was expecting it. It's gonna be a full 5-stack onto the A side, and XC with a nice outlaw shot wallbang. Meanwhile, the rest of Zin, Razyngan, just over onto the C side. They're not. They really left B and C for retake, so this is gonna be a very interesting retake, especially since it is a 5v4, you know.
Yeah, I mean, look, they just gambled on the A side, trying to go for the A push, but they caught out the lurker, and it seems like no one caught wind that there was no more motion over there on the A side. So that's going to open up C. It's going to be pretty soon, and now they're going to have the difficult task of trying to retake this site.
Yeah, and like I said, that is the problem with having your composition on defense starting off as a double duelist composition. You don't, like I said, you don't have a pseudo sentinel. You don't have any possible people that could like stay on one side and rotate to the next if you get information. So this is gonna be a really difficult defensive side for Albert. At most, I would be hoping for a 6-6 half. And oh, we're not clearing we trying to clear our corners, but Lava, sharp as ever. Kitty Cat and Lava finding the. It was basically an ace between the two players, fighting the rest of Albert V3, and they do lose the eco round.
Yeah, notice that they also really heavily invested in that too. You saw the Outlaw and the Bulldog, and I think they picked that up off of Rest there, but they bought that Outlaw, and you know the thing about the Outlaw, it's kind of really hard to retake. And I know the double duelist, it's very hard if you use your utility when you gamble on that A side. It's very hard when that utility comes out early. You got really nothing. You're basically just a body hoping to get some kills there, you know. A bit of a wrong gamble from Albert.
Yeah, that's like the main problem with a double duelist, and Kitty Cat using that luckily acclaimed Outlaw from the last round. Gosh.
It seems like we're gonna be making that A exec here. Yeah. Really love the space, but also that pressure over towards B, trying to get some motion and spread the defense there. Very interesting plays from Zin.
Looks like they're just gonna want to play this up contact, just trying to find where these Albert players are. They already took note that Emo managed to escape through breakable, so they know that the A side is their weaker side. Meanwhile, we have Lethal staying on the B side probably for a little bit longer because of the Yuto on C. BK getting a very nice pick off Lava and Tree. Will find Zombie and going for the swing. And BK does find yet another kill. Berez on the lurk on stairs. Jersey getting another kill. They're doing double outlaw on this attack side, and this is just impressive. And Rez already lurked up well above high. But unfortunately, all he had was a classic, so he couldn't really do much. Another try for a classic. We'll go downed. A Catty Kit, and it's all up to Ramen and Lethal. Lethal's on a very low HP, so trying to go for the very nice pick, and Albert V3 will take the bonus.
Yeah, I mean, the damage, look at the damage that was done. You get rid of 3 of their guns here, and again, you had 2 outlaws on your side right now, so I think Zin's gonna feel really good about this attack coming in. They have the number. I mean, everybody there has heavy armor. They have the Phoenix ult to work with, by the way. I expect something interesting to happen with this. Maybe something explosive like we're used to seeing from Xin. And it's gonna be Albert to see how they're gonna match this, and most likely they're gonna be trying to retake this.
Yeah. It looks like an aggressive push coming from Albert. This is the kind of ideas you want to play around the defense when you're playing double duelist. Ooh, Rez just slightly off a few centimeters here and there. And looks like the pivot will be called over to C. Meanwhile, the both duelists starting to aggress. Pings are being shown. Caddy Kid just holding this angle, ready for a push out. And XE does turn around to the corner, but Caddy Kid was just ready with the angle. It's gonna be back to a fair 4v4. It looks like the call to rotate is slowly being made. They will be fighting right into the KJ stack. Oh, out on BK does find Jersey. And the running back is sent, dashing, fasting right into the site. Lethal does take out the running back, and Emo Girl following up with the final kill. So all that's left is Zombie and Lava to try to make something happen, try to melt down Albert 3's defense, but it looks like it's not gonna be working as they turn back to Rock. 2-2 now. Albert V3 tie up the scoreline.
Yeah, I think that was a really good job from Albert there, being able to collapse over there from A long. It was a very good play. They're able to shut that out, and then also, even though Caddy Kit was there ready, I don't know if that was quite the right play. I think appropriate response would have been to probably attack that C side, because that seemed to be weaker at the time. That's both duelists again collapsing from A, but yeah, but now we're going to be seeing some ultimates coming in. You got BK with the Fade ult, and you got the Neon ult from Emo Girl as well. This is going to be... There's gonna be some violence here, and look at that. 4 players over there. A long. It's gonna be an aggressive push for A, but it seems that Razyngan is not gonna have any of that as they make their way towards B side.
They do not want any of that violence. Already pushing down the B side, forcing the KJ back. But Ramen, oh my gosh, Ramen! He is cooking today, getting the 4K on for the Ace. Jersey does find Lethal. So he does get the Vandal pickup, but it looks like the rest of Albert wants to give Ramen this ace. Want to go to a ramen shop now? I think it's the time to go get some ramen. Emo Girl baiting Ramen, sends out the C's. He is caught out. Try to go for the ace, but Ramen was just too low, and Emo Girl finds the final pick on a beautiful 4K and a disaster for Razyngan.
Yeah, I mean, that entry, it looked like a very good idea. I mean, you have everybody sitting there, I mean, poised on the A side, but I mean, it's just that little pocket there. Ramen able to find 4 picks, completely shutting down that entire take, and now it's just Jersey left. I mean, trying to give the ace was a little bit, a little bit scary for them, but I mean, eventually they cleaned up that round for sure. And it seems like, again, they're going to keep collapsing. I really like this play. They're going to keep collapsing on this A long, trying to shut it down and force them onto 2 sides, making this a lot harder for the offense here.
And that's the idea you want with a double duelist comp. And finally, they are adapting well into it. On the other side of the map, Lethal getting the smoker out from Razyngan. So you have no more smokes to play with. All you have to play with is, like, I would say, the pseudo smokes on the side of Phoenix on Caddy Kit. You also have, I guess you can use a lot of util to keep them out. And Rez just taking a very deep angle onto B. And Emo Girl, the timing. Oh, never mind. Actually, I just killed this man. And Caddy Kid on the back on Waterfall gets the 2. It's all left up to Emo Girl. Try to make something clear, a message sent, but never mind. Razyngan ties it back up 3-3.
Yeah, and what you're noticing here is you're looking at how eventually these plays become a bit, predictable, right? When you send, I mean, every round when they've gone to the C, the Neon has lurked backside. That opens the opportunity for Caddy Kid to get this lurk deeper in their spawn, to get a few of these kills and shut down these plays. They weren't able to pop that Fade ult or that Omen ult. They were looking to do so as well. It was a very good play just to send that and just to keep pushing into that C side, especially when you know that this A side is being so heavily defended.
And here we go. It's gonna be a full-on bloodbath. The two duelists versus the rest of Razyngan. Zombie already finding one. And oh, it's a little bit whiffy. It's a little bit whiffy from Catty Kid, but eventually Jersey, it has the trade back. So it's gonna be back into the man advantage for Razyngan. Meanwhile, the rest of Albert V3 is a little bit scattered. Ramen, the star player from one of the previous rounds, falls back, takes a little bit of damage as Razyngan tries to push his sight, but Ramen is ready and steady with the aim. Could it be another 4K? Never mind. The caster Jinx strikes again. And it's all left up to Jersey to try to make a clutch happen with a 1v2. And it's all down to 1v1. It's BK versus Jersey, the duelist, the initiator. Trying to find the final pick. And BK is not aggressing, playing this discipline. He knows where Jersey wants to go as he leaps over to stare. BK drifting away from the A side. What are we doing? Wait, whoa, BK.
30 seconds left.
Are we sure this is the right read? Jersey making sure this A side is clear. BK is I'm not sure if it's communication error or just he's reading wrong. He's already on the C site, and that's just like plants. You have to run all the way back to A, and Jersey will for sure hear those footsteps coming.
It's gonna cost some serious time in this round.
Yup, and looks like he has, but never mind. BK, sharper with the aim, the healthier player, gets Jersey downed, and now it's gonna be a four rounds up for Albert V3.
I mean, that round got away from them. I think you know the patience over there when we saw that 3K from Ramen there, just the patience being able to just line up those shots in that weird position. And that's the kind of point where like you have a lot of these parts of the map where it's just very small choke points, right? You can't exactly funnel everybody out, but it's exactly where Ramen thrives, right? He's able to get these clean one taps here, and again, it just opens the round. It just completely shuts down the plays that Razyngan wants to do.
Especially since you also lost that Odin now, so Granites are gonna be a little bit in a tipsy derby. Catty Kid looks like gonna be the one with the hero rifle, while the rest of the team goes for a save. I don't know if I'm really confident with going with a hero rifle on this next round. Probably just try to go for a full save. Looks like they switch back over to Guardian. So this is gonna be a little bit of a slower tempo from the side of Albert, only leaving Xe on the A side, trying to march down towards Doom. Oh, Ramen again! Get another headshot onto the Viper. And Catty Kid, takes down the lone duelist player on A side. So this is gonna be a full A retake for the side of Albert. So 4-on-4 retake.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, they just lose that duel there, and again, that pressure. Being able to, when you have the lower economy, it just enables you to just kind of like just 5-stack rush a site. And even though you're losing your lurkers B, you know, I mean, it's Albert's falling for it. You know, they're definitely buying into what Rest is selling there.
You just need to be a little bit smarter not to fall for the traps, but as the pinch goes in, 2 kills already down, so it's gonna be up to a 2v4. Catty Kid needing to find a miracle, try to get 2, but never mind, he's dead and dusted. Emo Girl finding Jersey, and that's gonna be a 5th round for Albert V3. Zin is just making a lot of trap plays, but most of them are not working.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's Razyngan. They have to learn a little bit of patience here. They're pushing up. They have the advantage. They have sight, but they don't have the weapons here. They know they're up against a full buy. They know they have the weaker side of things. I don't even think actually had a weapon they were able to pick up. So, I mean, your hero rifle in that round as a Guardian, I think you just have to play back, you know, let them come to you. You don't have to make any plays. You don't have to be the hero to save the day. But, I mean, look, Razyngan, they're poised to make a really great round have a really great round. They got 4 ults, Viper's Pit, both duelists, Teho ult. They're able to make I think some big plays are going to be coming in pretty soon.
But I do hope those big plays does come with a little bit of discipline, because even though you can say they have 4 ults, right? If they played the post plan poorly, you're just gonna be losing all 4 ults. I'm assuming if they use all 4, right?
I would advise against doing a full ult dump in this, but they're not gonna have the tail ult this round.
So tail ult save for the next. Very nice shot from Lethal though. KJ is doing a lot of wonders on the C side. So they're gonna try to trick Albert to think they're rotated over to B. It's only Rez trying to get a little bit of information. First contact taken by XC and Rez. So falls back a little bit. So they are willing to rotate to B, leaving 2 lurkers. Meanwhile, Jersey and Zombie will scale up towards the C site as Caddy joins them, and Jersey finds BK. So that's your info gathering down. XC's next, and the ult is sent, but XC just takes a little bit of splash damage. But Jersey's down to 21 HP. If XC plays this right, never mind. whips a lot. Goodness, going in for the spam. Emo Girl finds your smokes. It's all Ramen and Emo Girl. So these players are very low. And Ramen finds Jersey, trying to take on a 2v1 by himself. And Emo Girl trying to go for the defuse. Rez still pretty healthy. Catty Kit takes down the last good healthy player from the side of Albert. And they finally get yet another round, only investing 1 ult.
Yeah, I think that really worked out in Razyngan's favor. You know, they're able to. I mean, even though I think Albert read that really well, they were able to control a lot of the A long like they've been doing all game. But I think being able to confuse them between that B and the C, really opening that up, keeping that Killjoy off the site just a bit, and destroying all that util, making them feel a little bit useless in that round, and again forcing them off the site. That's going to open up Razyngan to take this free C site. And I mean, again, that C site's pretty hard to come back from as well. So very good job from Razyngan.
Indeed, especially since C has a lot of different elevations you do not want to be playing around with, and Emogor using the Viper's Ball to their advantage. This is new. Haven't seen Albert play that yet, and unfortunately for Lava, he will be the first victim of the Viper Wall. I would say the defensive Viper Wall tries to go for another, but unfortunately to run it back on Caddy Kid, just a little bit stronger with the aim. So it's back up 3v4. Not really a bad scenario. Yeah, sure you have the Viper Spit, but you still have a lot of uses to play with. Oh, I would hope you have at least. Never mind. You don't have the paranoia, but you still have a bot. Finds Jersey. Oh, lethal! Cannot steady the shot. XE gets a good trade, but that's all that's left up to Ramen once more, and that is the player you want to be left in this scenario. Sharp with the aim, sharp with the contact, like just the decay takes him down. Caddy Kid finds a 3K and now tied up again.
I mean, that round, I honestly thought when Emo Girl peeked out of the wall there, I thought that would be a lot bigger. They were not suspecting that kind of peek at all, you know, and I thought that would be a lot bigger than it was, but still being able to find that one. I mean, the Viper's Pit being able to secure that round, it's very, very hard to swing into, especially if you're just a one-man army there. I think Ramen played that the best he could, but I mean, on the side of Albert though, we're still sitting on this Neon ult, and we're still sitting on this. Not that these are like entirely game changers, but it does pose serious threats that they can manipulate the game if they so choose to use them.
Yeah, it looks like they did want to try to use them on that A main fight again, but nope. Then said nope, not today, guys. So we're gonna rotate to C, your weaker side, and it is the C's stopping the entry from Jersey, but BK just in the line of fire. I mean, he is low though, so Ramen will get ready to do the cleanup. And Lava as well is very low. The Neon ult finally invested in Emo Girl. Maybe starting to tear up here. Gets another kill for his troubles. And finally, Albert with a dominant takedown of Zin cleaned up the rest of these players. It's going to be them at the 6th half.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a really good season, even though you trade your life for that, right? That's going to slow down their push, and also they're going to take a lot of chip damage from that, trying to take this site. And that's going to buy the time for all these other Albert players to come in and actually have time to retake this as a full team, instead of doing this kind of scrappy style, letting Razyngan trying to take these back sites and put themselves in positions they really shouldn't be in. Very good job from Albert in that round, and very good job from BK as well.
Very well played indeed, and Zin needs to get this at least to a 6-6 half, because I feel like Albert is gonna go run away with the attack half, especially since you have double duelist, but it's a different style of double duelist. Like I mean that's one of my examples. Neon dashing forward to distract you, keeping your crosshair off, while another player from the back takes you out to dinner. Zombie hiding this corner. Are we not clearing our corners again? Trigger discipline. Unfortunate. Sugar just knows all that's there. At least the spike is not down, so they're just gonna have to try to play this post plan. Meanwhile, Jersey on the backstab. I'm in good for one. BK as well, finding yet another. It's up to Jersey to try to make a 1v2 happen. Another miracle. Ult is sent, he'll be deafened. Don't know where these players are. Jersey, a little bit cautious. Knows where Ramen is, but just too late on the defuse. Albert gets it up 5-7, and this is not looking good for Razyngan at all.
Yeah, no, I think it was really great from Albert, right? That explosive A push, and then realizing that it's just going to be their lurker, right? They're going to keep taking that space, really forcing Zin into the one part of the map here, and it's going to keep forcing them over to the C side. It really puts the pressure onto Razyngan, right? Just to have that threaten behind, and I think just a little bit of trigger discipline from Zombie could have probably turned the round in their favor, but still, I mean, you have to look at how Albert has been playing these rounds, especially this A long, being able to, the way they've been manipulating the space. You know, it's a slow game, and it shows that you can't play this game a bit too fast. You gotta, again, try and spread their defenses. And that's what I hope Razyngan takes some notes here from Albert and decides to change things up a bit.
Looks like they are just basically copying what Albert did on the A side, trying to push up fast. Rez left on the C side, and now you have that pseudo sentinel for the side of Zin. Try to make some stuff work, and BK already downed. Emo Girl with the shorty gets at least one pick. Zombie traded out right away. Catty Kid all the way down to 1 HP in a dream. Rez still holding the heaven angle, and these players from the side of Albert are very low. While the entry was good, the damage taken was just far too much to bear. But I mean, for the side of Albert, you have an actual sentinel, so that can do more damage as well. And Emo Girl, Lethal, working together, working their magic, and Emo Girl finding a 3K, and Albert will take the next round pistol.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good read from Albert. They knew that Zin was going to push up there. They saw that they had, I believe, 3 people over on that A side. That's gonna, and again, that simultaneous explosion onto the B side, right? That B side's gonna be a bit weaker. You don't have a lot of utility. It's pistol round, not a whole lot of stuff to actually defend these sites, and a very good job exploiting that. And seemingly we're gonna be going for another explosive push. It's gonna be a 5-stack to C.
Yep. Looking like a full read once more. They're reading into this. They know that maybe C side's a little bit weaker, and Lava. Oh! Lava has not warmed up just yet. He is still hard asphalt. Oh, sorry, not asphalt. Rock. Still hard geological rock. Whatever you call lava in solid form. Meanwhile, the rest of Albert is playing cleanup crew, cleaning up the rest of these players, and a poor dash from XE does get him caught out. So that is a Spectre recovered for the side of Razyngan. Maybe try to think about saving that one Spectre. That lonely Spectre can make or break a round. Oh, make sure to clear that corner. Emo Girl with the judge is always very, very good to see, and that is the anti-eco for the side of Albert.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's a very that judge is pretty lethal on these eco rounds, especially. I mean, you see it all the time. And again, you have these really fast hits coming in from Albert. I think Razyngan, if they want to succeed in these rounds, they're going to have to adapt. They're going to have to understand that, Albert, they've been a lot more explosive. They're being a bit more unpredictable. It seems that they're going to be sending someone over towards A to try and sell that to B. That's what I'm predicting, as you see that the Jet there is going to be pushing out towards A long.
Yep. Once more. Trying to go for yet another aggressive push. But Albert breathes into this well. Okay, I'm a little bit curious why you use both mollies for the entry. And Jersey and Rez just ready for the beef push. And yep, that's the side hold you want from your pseudo sentinel. Perfect hold from Razyngan, and Albert just wasn't ready for the Odin this time around.
Yeah, that was a really great retake from Zin there. I mean, I'd say the first molly a little bit kind of grieved. You saw that the Neon kind of wanted to be pushing up over towards that to that B side, the B to C connector there. And it's gonna shut that down, so it's gonna force them in a little bit of a more awkward position on that site. I mean, I think if you're planning that bomb, you know, and you're sitting on the B site, that's very bad. But they Razyngan also had that control. They had the 3 on A, so they could easily rotate to B if they so chose to. And that's exactly what they did, you know. And then being forced to also try and push and be a bit more aggressive, they got a little bit more overzealous with that one, and that ended up costing them the round here. Let's see how they adapt to this one now that Razyngan, you know, has started adapting themselves.
Looks to be a little bit of a slower side from Albert, so they're now just wanting to take it slower. Meanwhile, Zin just trying to find info wherever they can. So I'm sure they'll hear this orb take. The pings are coming out on the map, so it looks like they might want to pivot to B if C is a little bit heavy. But they're not going to be reading into this. The C is the weaker side, but it looks like it's about to become the stacked side if Lava can get over here fast. And the final decision is made, so they will be going for the C push while he's sent, but will not find any damage, unfortunately. And Lava with the Odin was just ready for the dash, and Rez ready for the trade. BK does get him back, and there's been a lot of damage has already been dealt to Albert, and that Odin is doing wonders. All that's left up is Ramen, and cannot do much more. 7-9. Zin wants to tie the score back up.
Yeah, I mean, Lava, the Odin hero of that day. Also, I do want to point out, like, it was a little bit scary there. I saw that the Raze was there on the A side, but I think Albert V3, whether it was them buying time or them being delayed from actually taking that C site, again, when you go for these fast hits, I think the biggest problem here is when you're going, especially on that C site, is when teams are stalled there, and it gives otherwise when they have the element of surprise and that instantaneous success, it's gonna. I just completely lost my train of thought, but it's gonna really open up. It's gonna the when you buy that time, it's gonna allow all these players to come back and really turn the round in.
Oh, what was that from Zombie? Just holding the crutches of over here in B lane, railing. I don't know. BK, oh, Catechist is good with it, and Exy from the back and breakable. So let's take a jersey. So that's one of your duelists down. And it looks like the pivot to C is made. Meanwhile, Ramen just gonna keep this hold on the B.
Yeah, I think it was a very good read, and then now we're gonna see ourselves in a 2v2. But we see Ramen ratting there in B site, very patient. These Omens have always been very patient, holding very weird and strange angles.
It's Omen. We have to expect the weirdest of angles, you know.
You gotta fit in somehow. I get it.
Exactly, especially with those 2 TPs and that paranoia, leaving up to a lot of tricky plays with Omen. All this left us, Lava probably try to save this Odin or try to go for one more pick. Never mind. Lava sent straight back to the volcanic ash he came from. 7-10. Albert 3 rounds away.
Yeah, I mean, but Zin also 3 rounds behind. This game is far from over, and you know it's definitely still close. And I mean, you have the money, you might as well go in for the investment. I think Razyngan here. Unfortunately, not. I mean, again, it's just Albert V3. The way they're managing the space, I feel like they're just doing it just a tad bit more. They're having a bit more success of that than Razyngan. And I think these heavy A stacks are going to cost them a bit. At some point here.
Some point, yeah, and most likely I'm looking towards Albert wanting to play all 3 ultimates on their side, but like we said before, we do not like we do not like ult bumps right now, and looks like they're just keeping pressure. And hey, this is a great fake. They're keeping 4 players of Albert actually onto the A side. Well, the rest rotate over to C, and Exy just falls right back, and that ult, and all those ults have been used, so C side is for the taking, but it will be a 5v4 retake for the side of Zin. Well, Jersey finding contact onto Exy, but cannot steady his shots to try to find where Exy could be. He will be sent 6 foot under. Meanwhile, Ramen ready to challenge this Odin and Rez. Lava peeking. Does find BK. And Ramen stuck between between two rocks. I know.
Fucking hard
Looks like
place.
zombie will just smoking. Oh, the spike. Try to deny this post one. Going in with the knives. Exy just whips with the knives. And Lava ready for the cleanup. The defuse. Oh! Never mind. Lethal. Lethal, you might have just saved the round. Try to play a little bit of Forsaken, but never mind. Lethal with the lethal aim. Absolutely incredible. That is 7-11 off the back of heroics from Lethal.
Yeah, I mean, also off the back of, Emo Girl, they were able to send both their duelists over towards A and then leave, and then it really committed. And you also saw that because of that, the way they committed that after they get that pick onto Emo Girl, Jersey pops pops the showstopper, tries to find more, realizes that they've been fooled all along, and now they're already going as fast as possible, committing both the Fade ult and the Killjoy ult to that C side to make it a bit successful. And then, yeah, a really good spam, very fortunate for Lethal on that play.
Indeed. So, and they are now only just one round away from taking the first map of the series. And Etiquette trying to destroy this turret does take a little bit of damage, but nothing one of your one of your mollies can heal, you know. But we don't want to waste that molly just yet. Looks like the pivot. Looks like the hit will be towards A. Once again, this Viper. The Viper wall is good, but I feel like Emo Girl just managing to play around it, managing to use it to their advantage. Can't imagine if someone was there behind the Viper's wall ready for a neon. And Ramen heads over to B, tries to clear out anything, just to see if there's anyone there.
A lot of game of patience. Time is ticking though. They're gonna have to commit here, and seemingly it's gonna be either this A moving actually over towards the B side very explosively as they always do it.
Always did, and Catty ready for the Bucky kill. Oh, the first victim will be Evil Girl X. Actually, will be the next. But this time it's a but this time manages to pick up that Vandal. Ramen holding your position. Oh, the Boombot might be able to take him out. Resin Zombie on the follow-up. All left up to BK in this 1v4, and of course I'm gonna jinx it. Of course, I have the caster curse. Come on now. BK downed, and it's gonna be 8-11 for Zin.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think that could have been a caster curse. You're asking BK to do a lot in that 1v4 there. I'm just kind of surprised how that round got away from Albert. It seemed like they were able to get that. They were able to draw them to A, right? And they went for that fast exec onto B. I think maybe they overstayed their welcome and they lost a lot of lives trying to defend that site. I don't know, something happened, but Zin coming out on top, this is definitely going to help them out, being able to pick up some guns, economy shifting into their favor, and now, even though Albert 2 rounds away from victory, Zin not too far behind with just 3 behind, tailing by 3.
I mean, they will need to do a miracle run to try to tie up the game, and it's like, look at this round, could be the one to do it. You have Lethal on the hero rifle, Meal the rest are on very, very savvy buys, and Jersey will be the first one to take contact as the smoke fades. XC reading into it, knowing that there could be a player behind this wall. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, XC does find 2, but not before losing Emo. And Rez will be lurking out towards B. Spots 1 on Lethal, but also gets spotted out by the turret.
Yeah, really good call to rotate. You look at all the space that Jet has over on A. They're able to clear out that site. And again, they know they're not over there, so they can get that bomb down. And now, thankfully, Rez was able to catch out that rotate, so they're able to catch it just in time for them to actually have a shot at trying to retake this site.
Gotta get very well played with the flash, but no one is spotted. And once again, are they expecting him? No. Exy 3K on the ace watch, but never mind. Lava. That Odin does its job, but unfortunately Ramen is there to cook him up. Rez takes down BK. It's up to Lethal and Ramen to try to make something happen, and Ramen is ready with the double swing. Match point for Albert.
Match point.
Yeah, I mean, I want to point out what you said about that Viper Wall. It seemed that, Albert's been using this Viper Wall a lot more than the Razyngan has.
Yeah.
Seems to be
Oop,
having a timeout as
timeout.
well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still wanted to piggyback off of that a bit. The Razyngan, they're just, the Viper, it seems like it's being a bit of a detriment, and the fact that they're able to just Albert's able to get away with sending both of their duelists over to the A site, trying to fight for that long, and getting those lurking plays, catching that Omen out pretty early. It's very good. And then just the space that they're able to just take, over on that A side, clearing that A, calling them back. I love the way that Albert's been playing this game. It's definitely giving Razyngan a run for their money. They've had it. They've been dominating this season. Almost the entire way through, and now it's finally coming down to a showdown between 1 and 2. I think this is exactly the kind of games that you've been at that you could ask for between our top 2 teams.
Exactly. And like I mentioned many times, like I want to see more from Rez. Like you're the pseudo sentinel, right? You don't have a sentinel to play with on the side of Razyngan, so you have to basically be the sentinel. And right now, your walls, they're being used against you. So maybe try to a little bit more adaptation with the walls, right? Maybe make it a little deeper. Maybe make it angled. You never know. To try to use it more actively against Albert. Right now, Albert is just happy to take those free walls, and my rooster in the back has something to say about it as well.
Yeah, he can't be too happy, I don't think. He might have his money on Razyngan right now.
Yeah, I'm keeping his food away, and unless Razyngan wins the series. For legal purposes, that is a joke. Actually, finding zombie right off the bat. Jersey at least gets the trade, but unfortunately, you saw a blue flash of light and you saw a neon, and you're dead. So, don't know what else you can do much there. And Lava, you have been unfortunate. You're still part of the geological rock from a volcano. So let's see if you can warm up back up to magma, and then eventually become lava. A little bit of good molly to keep them back. Lethal, nice pick, and the KGL is now active, so they have to play right into this, right playing into Albert V3's hands, and that will be it. 13-8. Albert will be taking the first map of the series.
I mean, look, I think Albert was ready to try and play that A long very aggressively, but I think that, I mean, Razyngan was able to trying to play that A long. They saw the Omen TP onto that high ground there, but Albert being able to just come back and match that aggression. They were aware that the jet dash immediately in to immediately punish. It's something that, Albert just being ready for that. It was really unfortunate that Zin lost that map here. I think they had a really good plan coming into it. Albert being able to take the day. The way they've been calling this game has been spectacular, and this is not what I expected at all from Albert as well. Again, when you have 3/5 of your roster out, you're not playing with your full team. This is with the roster shakeup like this, this is very impressive from Albert.
Very impressive. Indeed. Try you're playing around with new players, right? And they have already slotted in very well. And by the way, this is Razyngan's map pick. We haven't gotten to Albert's map pick of Pearl, so I'm really excited to see what they have cooked up on Pearl.
Yeah, definitely. Again, this being Razyngan's map pick makes it a bit scary, but I think they can. I'm not too sure what they were, how they were thinking with the Phoenix comp. I think if they take it a bit, depending on how they pick and how they play this, I think there's a chance for another upset taking us to map 3. I think this game is deserving to go that far as well. I mean, look at the statistics here. I mean, Caddy Kit getting the standard 300 ACS they always get, but I mean Ramen. I mean, we saw the plays that Ramen was able to make. I mean, when Ramen showed up, it was phenomenal. Being able to get 4Ks and 3Ks, shutting down complete, rounds that really flipping the entire round on its head. Again, I mean, everyone on this Albert team has, definitely showed up, and they all played amazing. Great plays from every player here.
Indeed, and I mean, it's just incredible as well. Like, you lost to Albert, but you have a 38% headshot rate. That is a scary statistic, especially going into Pearl, which is a map that, generally speaking, a Phoenix is really strong on. If we're gonna see Caddy Kid come back with the Phoenix on Pearl, I think that there's a chance that headshot rate might reach a 40%, maybe even 42%.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see Caddy Kid actually pick up the Neon. We know that they've been pretty lethal on the Neon, and I know they do have the Phoenix in their back pocket and all these other characters. But the Neon, with Neon being incredibly strong right now, and him having a natural talent for the character, I think that I think just to see him being able to do that, and then also trying to shake up. I think the Viper, the pick with the walls again, bringing that one up as well. Being able to utilize these walls if they decide to keep that going, right? Rather than just expecting the space to be respected there. I think that's definitely the trap that Razyngan fell into. But I am a firm believer that they can adapt to what Albert's been doing here.
I think so too. Yeah, they can definitely adapt to what Albert is gonna play up next. Anyways, let's move. Let's see what we have cooked up on Pearl. We'll see you later after a quick short break. Bye, see you, everyone. Welcome back again, everyone, to the Empress tournaments. We have just seen a very good map from the side of Albert V3, taking that Lotus 13-8. I mean, Duga, what do you think about that?
I think it was a great watch. Excellent seeing these teams. Razyngan against a formidable opponent, and then you have Albert V3 again. A lot of questions that were definitely answered, and I think a lot of Albert fans here are definitely have their they're back on the hype train for this team. You know, very good map. I think both teams played very well. I think a lot of um you know, both teams played great. You know, it just, I mean, Albert came out on top. I think maybe it could have been a bit of an underestimation. I think, also not really understanding what to do about, you know, the two lurking duelists. You know, traditionally you don't really see that kind of thing. You know, maybe, I mean, I think all we could do right now though is look ahead to the map, go into the next one, and yeah, I think it's going to be a very, very, very competitive map too.
I mean, this is Albert map pick. So if they win this, they take on the series. But Razyngan wanting to take it back. And oh, we already have a lock. Chamber on Pearl. I mean, we all know Chamber. Chamber's been quite meta on Pearl ever since it returned back to the map pool. And Chamber overall on this map is a very strong agent. And especially since it's a Sentinel. So holding sites are not too bad.
I also want to notice that the jersey is going to be taking up the Phoenix, and that's going to put Caddy Kit on Waylay. That's another pick I wasn't really thinking about, but you know, yeah, Waylay definitely a good choice here. It's gonna be like we're going to be seeing Tejo as well. Meanwhile, on Albert's side, they're going to see, I think, the same comp here. Thinking about the Yaru, but we got the Neon Killjoy Omen core that we saw from last map. And it seems like they've locked into the Jet on that.
Yeah.
And Fade as well. Yeah, just kind of like the same comp going into this one.
Oh, come on, Albert. Oh, I'm gonna get a little bored from that. But I mean, Lava as well is on the tail, and now Rez is on the Omen. Omen is typically not meta on Pearl. I don't really see much Omen. I would have preferred to see maybe an Astra, a Harbor. They're more meta on this map since, of course, Astra, you have the Suck, you have the Ult, and with Harbor, you just have the Unbreakable, you have the Breakable Cove and the High Tide, right? So I'm a little bit curious to see how they're going to play around this Omen.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I kind of find that when you put a player on Omen, you kind of are putting them a bit on a leash. It's nice to see that Zombie's going to be on the chamber to be able to go for a lot of these plays that Zombie was, like, very close to making, you know, and they definitely had their moments in the last map. I think I feel better about Rez being on the Omen there too, being able to just, you know, I feel more comfortable, and I'm sure Rez will feel more comfortable going in on this. And as far as Albert, you know, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. You know, I mean, they've been working with what they have. You know, it's a bit of a new team as well. I think they're just there's gonna be comfort and consistency here. But I think that's gonna be, I don't know how much that's gonna help them here in this map here as we head into the game.
Yeah. Looks like it's gonna be Zin once again stacking up on towards the A side, and I just looked at the Twitch chat and I see that there's a member of Almost Bronze in there. So I'm gonna take this time to just say, Almost Bronze, you guys better not bow out in the playoffs, okay? I'm rooting for you guys. I'm rooting for you. Don't you dare embarrass me. I'm just kidding. Exy trying to take the first contact right away, and does a lot of chip damage. Or just some chip damage towards some members of Razyngan. Lava sending out the drone. Spots out two. Knows where they are now. And the rest of Albert already rotated from B. And we have one flank for the side of BK.
This is a lot of space. Very dangerous for BK. He could be caught out in this moment. Meanwhile, actually coming up to check on his friend. Pressured out.
What? Okay, Jersey. I didn't know you could play like that, okay? I didn't know. Oh, the classic kind of go. Rez finding lethal. Jersey finding yet again, eh?
Go away.
Yeah, nothing sure. Oh, emo. You are disgusting, my friend. And cannot find the next kill. Oh, the aim went to that one kill, and Ramen
Spike planted.
in flowers trying to go for yet another kill, and finds one. Hits a ghost, but is he aware of this backstab? No, Jersey. Okay, I thought he would go for the knife. Never mind. Okay, clean 3K from Jersey, and Zin will take again the first opening pistol of the map.
I mean, a bit of a tall task for Ramen there, but I love that readjustment. You know, trying to like, you know, test the waters there on A. Again, it's gonna buy them a lot of time, and then this mid push from Jersey. Able to, first of all, shut out Axie from actually trying to bail out BK. Then that leaves BK all alone and isolated. He's gonna fall right there. Amazing play, and I mean these picks just going in favor of Zin. You know, it's looking very good so far. This is exactly what you want to see for Zin fans.
Definite. So especially Zin right now, just taking the pistol was what you need for momentum wise, and already you have this Guardians ringing out, so they know one of the weapons. But gotta get ready with the judge taking out taking out one of your weapons, and the judge doing its work. Exy fallen. Lethal's next up to challenge. When you take down Jersey though, because I feel like that's what you want to take down. Oh!
Yeah, that's gonna open up a site there. Yep. And then they're gonna call up for the rotate over. And it's gonna be up down the Ramen and BK. Again, another tall task for the Albert team.
Remaining.
Oh,
Not gonna happen. It
Ooh.
seems like as Rez gets that pick in the mid.
yep. I mean, but he is taking up very low, so another shot to the body. And this is a tall order for Ramen. I think you have Tonkatsu Ramen. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But it's a tall order. You wanna take this ramen guy. This guy runs a ramen shop to 1v5. Are we kidding? Are we kidding us right now? Zombies, ready with the Marshall. Can we go for a full-on classic battle, and Ramen wins it out, but unfortunately, Caddy Kid with the judge ready to take him out. 2-0, and looks like we're starting the same way we started on Lotus.
Yeah, it's you know, not enough damage is going to be happening from that pick. I think again, the way they played this round, great. I mean, they took a page out of the Albert's book from last map. You know, sending 2 duelists, and then you send the rest of the core team, and the Spike to B site. You know, if it goes well, great. You can call them over, and if it goes bad, you know, you're committed over on the B side already. So, very good play. I mean, from Jersey and Caddy Kit as well, being able to catch out a lot of these early picks.
Early smoke sent over to the A main side, and that is gonna keep them corralled in one area of the map. Meanwhile, the rest of Albert is, oh boy, here we go again. Here we go again. Are we watching Papex versus G2, or is this Zin and Albert? I'm not quite sure.
Bit of an
I'm
aggressive
just-
position on this box here, by the way.
Yeah.
Once that smoke clears, shots are gonna be fired.
Up, Rez finds the first pick, and it's just trades on
Down
trades.
A.
Ramen falling back, so it's gonna be once again a fair 3v3. Never mind. Ramen gets taken out the bowl and straight into the trash. Caddy Kid sends Exy 6 feet on the ground. So the plan will go in, and once again, this is gonna be the first time that Zin will go 3-0 in the series.
Yeah, they don't seem to know where Lethal is, but have a and then as he picks, he does get one tap. I mean,
Okay.
like, yeah, I mean that's a very great anticipation of like the fight right there. Albert being able to pop that smoke, that's gonna tell Zin that they're gonna be up close on that box, right? And now they're gonna be ready to try and get that fight close. Very good adaptation from Zin, and that's gonna give that round to them, right? And now they're gonna lose the bonus, and we're gonna see we got the hero op coming in from Albert. But we got
my
the
gosh.
economy in the favor here, and the Phoenix ult as well. Wonder if they're gonna try and make a play up through mid with that as the Phoenix is heading that way.
And it looks like Albert decided against it, so they're not going to be playing the hero operator. They're just going to be playing Sheriffs and Buckies. Well, Caddy Kid over here, ready for the aggression, and Jersey taking on BK on the mid push. And Emo wants to go for the push, but unfortunately, his health is not. He's not the healthiest of all players. Ramen, at least taking out zombies. So that's your Sentinel out of the equation. Just figuring out where they could be going. Lava going with the rest of his team. Meanwhile, Jersey's just going into deep mid. Now in art. Lethal tries to go for the challenge, but gets taken damage down. Ramen spotted in hall. And looks like Caddy Kid wants to pursue to kill this man. And Lethal expecting where Rez is, but unfortunately Rez just sharper with the aim.
Spike
Odin
planted.
once again finding its mark. All that's left is Emo Girl. So And honestly, right now, all you could do is try to recover a gun or expect Jersey to be where he is
Gun
right
here.
now. Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
4-0 up
look,
for Zin.
yeah, I mean, look, that's kind of expected here. You didn't really buy. I wouldn't feel too bad about this, but this is a round that's very important. Now you're going to definitely be committing to this op here. Now the guns are going to be in your favor. This is going to be a battle that's going to determine the rest of this round right now. It's gonna be hard to recover from this heavy investment. And it seems that, we're going to be having this big clash on A, and I think this is going to... Some things are going to be anticipated. We have the Omen ult. We're one away from the Neon ult. I think they're going to try and fight for that ult orb. I think Zin might be ready to catch that out as well.
Might be so. And oh, a little bit whiffy from Catty Kid. So Emo Girl will find the first kill of the game. And finally, Albert starting to fight back a little bit more. Ramen taking down Zombie. The infectious fungi already taken down. It's all up to Jersey, Rez, and Love. Let's try to make something happen against a full force of Albert. But you have Exy that's very low on the health. So you might be a little bit more confident to try to go for yet another A push, but looks like the call is just to rotate Rez over to the B site. Spotted out no one, so he's gonna go for the smoke.
They're still trying to find some picks here. Yeah, and then that Jersey ult also still online. The Phoenix able to clear this site, push even deeper if they want to.
It looks like that is the idea here, trying to push back a little bit further down, but unfortunately, Imago from the back of site spams on the spike. Lava forced to save this
30
Odin, so
seconds
it will be a 4-1 in favor of Albert.
Yeah,
in favor of Zin.
Yeah, I mean, Lava has the time to get that spike down, but I think they're just going to opt for the save. I mean, they have the money. You could personally go for a hero player or not, but I mean, good round from Albert. Being able to, I think it was a bit of a rough anticipation on that fight. Actually, they're going to be committing to this, getting this bomb down.
Okay. I mean, if you have the Odin, you're basically indestructible, right? But I mean, it is up against two Vandals and an Operator, so you might not want to try to lose this Odin. Yeah, sure, they have the credits, but with how strong the Odin is, you do not want that to fall into the hands of your opponents. Plus, of course, this 5-0 could become a reality. Tail missiles, Red at the ready. Sends the first. Now his position is revealed, and Emo Girl with a takes Ramen down with him. But they will get the fuse, and that will be the first round for Albert.
Yeah, I mean, a valiant effort from Lava there, trying to make a play there. I mean, I wouldn't feel too bad about giving the Odin to the other team. I mean, they already have an Operator, right? I think, again, you could just buy another. And, I mean, there's not really much. There's not really much that, I think trying to spam a lot of these angles are a bit awkward to do as well. So I don't feel too bad about this. What I'm curious to see, and what I would like to see, is Razyngan, how they're going to keep, because they've been attacking this A every round aggressively. And now it's going to be that Axie just with the Operator watching that long. I don't know if they're going to be ready for the onslaught that's going to be incoming.
I wonder if they are. I wonder if they do read this. Yep, the flash. Oh, the hesitation on the flash. Exy takes down Lava, unfortunately. The hesitation on Jersey for the flash. That could have gotten them the pick as well, but unfortunately, it's not meant to be.
At least would have made them that space for sure, but now, you're forced to reassess and try and find different openings elsewhere.
It looks like the other openings are in B Link. They're picking it out. They know where the bot was last. Omen smoke towards mid bend. And Jersey ready with a peak, dry swinging. And I guess I'm not expecting Exy on that new angle. Lethal. Taking down Zombie. Sending him back down in the underground. Rez is the next to challenge. Oh, nasty shot from Rez. Trying to take out Lethal perfectly. And Ramen is holding that angle, keeping him distracted. And it's all left up to Rez in a 1v4. Odin in BK's hands. not want to do anything with that. Shorty into the opening arms of XC. And that's
I
the
think-
second round fun for Albert.
Yeah, I mean Albert's making this comeback a little bit more possible now. I think the beginning of this, it's that first pick from Axie is gonna shift that entire round, right? You go for the peek there without the flash, you know, whether it was hesitation or calling to just dry peek that. I think that, you know, if that pick had gone the other way, you definitely take a lot more space. You could go for the aggressive A side, but now it's gonna leave you to rethink, right? And now you get control of that mid, but you're kind of trapped in that mid because you saw that Neon and Omen were pushed all the way up on B, able to shut that down. Just really good plays from Albert.
Yeah, exactly. Now XE taking down the mid line with the operator. Meanwhile, leaving A side, I mean, completely, not completely empty. We have BK in the R position, but I mean, that is still not a lot of people on the A side, and say they figured him out where he is using that drone. They are just taking the A side, so this is gonna be a 5v5 retake for the side of Albert, and that Odin is down. Jersey with a damn! The spray chance from Jersey just takes out 2 right away, followed by Catty Kid, and Ramen once again tasked with yet another 1v5 scenario. And Zombie ready holding with the angle, and Ramen is downed. Beautiful attack from Razyngan, and Albert, you'll be left scratching your head for what went wrong in that round.
I think honestly, you know, they left that A side open, and Razyngan has been known to just attack that A. They've been at least sending someone over, whether it was Spike being committed there or not. They were just ready for that. But now we're going to see something a bit different. It's going to be a complete committal to the B long push, and I think it's because you have that chamber ult, or you have a lot of these ultimates. As long as Waylay ult as well, this is going to be huge. And that operator is going to be all the way on A side, but I'm not sure they know that.
Let's play.
I'm not sure as well, and I said no. So they are playing the chamber. So they did decide to play the chamber ult. So they're just gonna run it down as fast as they can. Emo in the backside, holding this up, and will the ult is sent. Ult after ult, util after util. Jersey eventually taken down, but Ramen, perfect trade out. So this is gonna be once again another retake. And let's see if Albert can do this retake successfully.
Spike planted.
I think they're just forced to give up the site, especially when you have like just all these ultimates. You know they're online, and you know they're inbound. You're just gonna have to play this retake. But they have the numbers. They have a bit of the utility to do that as well. They have the Killjoy ult online. They're able to do something with this.
Yep. So it just got planted. And I mean, you also have Rez in halls trying to keeping that control until of course he falls. But he kept the control at least at a point. Ramen gets it half. And I'm not sure if they're aware if they did get a half. Zombie pick on the XC and Lethal over the top. And he's just Ramen just is a monster trying to hold the defuse while getting tail ulted. But unfortunately the time has run out, and XC will not be able to save the operator. 6-2 in favor of Razyngan.
That's what I said about the Tejo there. You have so much utility just to play that post plant. And I mean, you know, Albert getting a little bit aggressive, trying to disrespect that, but I mean, this Tejo, just how powerful they are for that post plant. I mean, like, you just have to make that. I think you have to make that if you're Albert, right? You have to make that commitment a little bit earlier there, able to take that site. Give yourself a little bit more time, especially when you're up against all these other, when you're up against all these different utilities, right? We'll be seeing a timeout, by the way, coming in, I believe, for Albert, trying to get things back into the way they were on map 1.
Try to maybe get us at least maybe a 6-6 half in, but this is Albert's defense. I would love to see how they would do on the attack, especially since again they're running double duelist, and once again it is the same duelist, so you're basically playing the same idea as back in Lotus. But I want to see how they can change it up on a different battleground, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there is that, but also I see that they have the KJ versus the Chamber, right? And I feel like Chamber is able to play both defensively. They're very balanced in the way that you can play Chamber on both sides of the map. I feel like Killjoy, a little bit awkward to try and play that on the attack. And I think, you know, you're really heavily relying on... You don't really have a lot of stuff to rely on when you're Albert, when you're going to try and play this speed. I think they're going to try and go for these double duelist fakes. And I think that's going to be... It's going to be that when they move to the attack, but... look at the aggression here from Emo Girl.
Oh my gosh, straight off the bat, but unfortunately Jersey lying in wait, ready to just exit. They're ready to just destroy anyone trying to go for aggressive push. So the rest of Razyngan just decides to go for a bit of a split push. Classics in hand. And Jersey does eventually fall. Zombies the next challenge. All you have is classic, so don't really do much damage. You should take down
Look
one
at how
to make it a better trade.
Look at how many Albert members are over here forced into this mid now that the control has shifted to Razyngan. Just
Oh
now it's gonna give that A site completely up. And then lurking from zombie as well.
Yep, and Lethal try to go for the kill on zombie, but Rez ready, helping out his teammate on the other angle. And this is a perfect post plan for them to play, and Rez cleaning up the rest of Albert. 7-2 Albert. I think we're gonna be seeing. I think we might see a 10-2 half if the trend continues.
I think that was a bit of an eco. I think Albert's definitely good for one here. I mean, you got the operator coming back in the Axie here. I think also just coming off the timeout there, when you send them trying to send that neon there, trying to control that mid, trying to go for a really aggressive play. There was really no follow up to try and go for that, and I guess there was a bit of they were going to go for a hero play either way. But I'm very happy with the idea just to give up the round, you know, to win the next few, you know, get the momentum shifted back in your favor.
And this time the flash does connect. So Jersey learned from his mistake, not letting Xe get another kill off that operator, and BK unfortunately falling to Zombie, and Zombie finding yet another pick. So that's a very nice 2K. That's already half of Albert eliminated. Well, one of them was an operator. So most likely if that falls down to Xe being lost alive, the call to save might be made. So Razyngan just try to get the plant down, play the post, and if you can kill the final two players from Albert holding the Vandals, you're basically forcing Xe to save that operator.
Enemy remaining.
Yeah, I think those opening two picks over there in the mid were huge right now, and now we're just seeing they're able to go for that little bit of aggression and clean up this round. Razyngan pulling on a bit of a masterclass, but like I said before, the opening picks from Zombie there, those were huge picks. It's gonna clear out. It's gonna clear out both. It's gonna open up mid, right? So now it's gonna be the threat and the danger in mid. It's gonna force. It's gonna keep Albert the way they have to rotate and try and retake this B site as well. Just the way they control the map here, Razyngan, is just it's phenomenal this way. The massive improvement from last round as well. And everyone also feeling a lot more comfortable in the characters that they're playing.
I feel like there's just that switch up, you know. Now they're playing characters they know, playing characters they love to play. I'm assuming they play these characters in rank on a daily basis. That's probably why we're seeing a lot of comfortability. Zombie once again lurking up towards B long against two players, and Lethal falls down to Zombie and Jersey there to clean up the other teammate. So once again, Albert put on the back burner. The map control from Razyngan has just been incredible so far, like you mentioned. Nemo Girl trying to go for yet another challenge. At least Xe is there to take down zombies, so it's gonna be a 4v.
Oh my goodness. I mean, like, I think that was just a beautiful way, Razyngan. They just aggressive B long push, and then you have Zombie coming up over through mid to create a pinch with the Phoenix ult there, able to just clear out mid, right? And then you're able to just get a little bit of aggression. And it's going to be another timeout coming in from Albert, trying to avoid this 10-2, you know, making a bit of 9-3, 9-3 curse could be happening, but...
Could be. Huh?
Oh, there's no timeout. Actually, apparently
no
the round's going to keep going. We're just going to be going into the final round here.
All right, folks, there is no timeout. Just a small problem, nothing to worry about. The round will continue as normal, and looks like it's gonna be yet another fast push. Ooh, Caddy just gets stopped by something. I don't know what stopped. The dash. Well, that's gonna be 2 kills for Rez. Meanwhile, Xe tries to trade it back out. Knows where Caddy Kid is hiding. Holding that angle, not allowing Caddy Kid to escape. Meanwhile, the R push is going in. Operator rings out. Xe is sent down. into the underworld. Zombie. So holding the angle, knows where Ramen could be. Very probably will find where he is. And we'll just keep falling back. He's like, hey, you want to kill me? My teammates are there to back me up. I'm just gonna keep falling back.
The control
Now-
that zombie, the control of the map that zombie has over through this mid, they were able to just push up, take all
30
this
seconds
space,
left.
and now they're gonna come face to face with an Omen, seemingly, but he seems to be unaware.
Spike planted.
Fortunately, zombie does get taken down, and it's all left up to. Oh, Ramen almost getting taken, almost caught out by Catty Kid, and the corner is red. He knows where he is. Ramen,
Enemy remaining.
unfortunate, left up to no chance but himself. And Lava just holding. He's not turned back. He's looking at the wrong angle. And Lava's guided salvo will find him eventually. 10-2.
Switching
Razyngan
sides.
finally learning from the mistakes of the first map and finding a very good lead.
Yeah, I think they kind of learned that. I thought Albert kind of learned from their mistakes in this one. I mean, they seem to be, making a final stand on that A site, able to actually get some final trades, not giving up entire sections of the map. But unfortunately, that mid kind of went unchecked for Zombie to try and make that lurk, make that play, and push up, really changing the tide of the round, and then calling that rotate over to B side. It seemed that Albert just kind of had no chance in that round once those last few picks was done. I mean, you get that chamber down, you get the operator down, but you still, again, that Tejo's still alive. That threat. As I said, the post plant utility just very, very useful. And I mean, just playing that these post plants here. It seems
Yeah,
the rounds also be kicking off pretty fast.
Straight push down from B, straight down B long, and the Molly's finding a lot of chip damage on the Lava, so he will have to fall back. Unfortunately, Emo Girl not gonna keep him alive for much longer.
Spike
The
planted.
rest of Zin trying to push forward. Dash is send. Ace watch on Emo Girl right now and here and now, but never mind. Lethal's turret will find the final kill. So no ace for Emo Girl once again. My goodness me.
I think that might have been intentional. I don't think he wanted to give the ace over. But I think that's a very good from Albert. That's the aggression. Now that the tide has, now that they're on this side, right, a side where they can control a bit of tempos, right. The aggression that we're used to seeing. It seems that the Killjoy hasn't slowed them down as I suspected. But again, just pistol rounds. It seems that the gamble also coming in from Razyngan is going to be completely off.
And after realizing their mistake, they're already running right back to A. And they might actually catch Albert before they actually do anything, but never mind. Albert forcing themselves onto this map. The relay bolt unfortunately going up and away. Exy finding two off in secret. Eventually goes down to the shorty. Zombie and Catty Kid trying to find something, but Emo Girl finds them first. Takes them both out, shorties in hand, but I cannot find anything more. This guy is going insane, or this gal, I should say.
I mean, you kind of let Emo Girl have a little bit, let him off the leash a little bit, keep him trained, and sometimes they're able to deliver exactly as they do. I mean, being able to take advantage of that time, like when they realize, hey, they actually just 5-stack B, we could take this pretty fast. It kind of just lets their duelists just go, okay, I can go as far as I want because I got the better gun, and that's exactly what they do. They just clean up the fight, and not a whole lot of damage either. It's good. But now we're on the bonus. Let's see if Razyngan can, pull this back, avoid a complete disaster.
They might be able to. I mean, looking at the guns. They have a shot in the dark. I mean, that judge lethal. Oh, tries to go back for another. Unfortunately, Lava there with the judge. I mean, that judge has been doing wonders for a lot of these members across the site. And looks like once again it's gonna be another fast push. Rez taking down Emo, followed by Jersey. Ramen still on site, the last one alive yet again. Finds the first. Wait, what? What?
Wow.
Ramen, I think you thought you secured the kill there, but no. half the kid is still alive and well. Down to 11 HP though.
Yeah, you gotta finish the job right there. I mean, that might have just been bullet spread. I thought if he got that kill, I thought he had it. I was very
Me
confident in
too.
how I was just as confident as he was that he got it. I mean, yeah, Razyngan finally. I think Razyngan, being able to not let this round get away from them, being able to take that bonus,
Back in a flash.
making Albert work a little bit harder to try and make this happen.
We want to try to make this happen once again. Pushing aggressive against Catty Kid, and they will take it down. Will take down the duelist. Let's see what else they can try to pull off in this mid push. They're just keeping the rest of Zin corralled in one area of the map. So Resin Zombie needing to play this into the AR.
Yeah, it's gonna be mid's gonna be. I mean, Zin's gonna have control of mid, but that means that A site they're gonna able to flip the map, and now they're just able to go try and chase these kills, go a little bit aggressive, as they definitely have the numbers and the weapons as well.
And the post, I guess you just have to play this well played post one now. So Rez, the Omen, the side of Zin, needing to find a 4K to be able to clutch up and get his team up to match point. But looks like that's not gonna be the case.
Yeah.
Tries to go for it. TV's in. BK falls, but Emo is there for the trade.
My advice?
Yeah, I mean,
Get shot.
unfortunately, the play was shut down, but I respect the ambition. It was very, very definitely give them a run for their money. But I mean, Albert still had they did a lot of damage on that bonus round. They were able to get some rifles out of their hands, and it made them a bit weaker coming into this. But now, again, we're going to see a bit more even buys, and then we have the Neon ult incoming as well. You're one away from Phoenix ult. Now we're going to see some utility, and Albert just needs to keep this momentum they've been building and this kind of control that they've been doing. And with that, they'll make this game a lot closer than it definitely has been.
Definitely so. Razyngan also trying themselves to get to match point. Oh, Catty Kid getting caught out once again, letting them off the leash. Emo falls, but BK is ready for the trade. 4v3 players of Zin spread thin across the map. But we still have 2 players B, and looks like Xe would be reading into this. Might know that there's someone in hall. Yep, perfectly knows where Zombie is holding that angle. And Lava just ready for that angle. Oh, it does a little damage. Rez coming back up with his teammate. Just a prowler. I thought he was shooting his own teammate. BK into the smoke and Lava's downed. Once again, Rez left up into another 1vx scenario. I think maybe the call is trying to maybe save this. The creds are not looking too good for their side. So perhaps Zin might try to save, but no. Looks like they're allowing Rez to go for the peaks, but Lethal is there ready to take him out.
Yeah, I mean, whether they saved or not, I think they had a good chance of definitely, letting them clean up the round, give them the clutch. Timeout is going to be coming in. I think it's going to be in the side of Razyngan. But I mean, the way that Albert is doing this is just, they are really taking advantage of the space that they're creating, right? They're getting a lot of motion over there on A, so they're able to call their team to go over to the B side, right, and to the opposite side. And even though Razyngan's not really falling for these different retakes, it's still going to spread their numbers, and they have these people alive, these expendable duelists able to push aggressively, and they're able to get these kills and clean up these fights and make this again a lot easier. I think if Razyngan plays these rounds a little bit more cautious and aware of these different aggressions here, I think that they're and do a little bit more things that Razyngan can do. I think that the Razyngan can definitely close this out, but Albert's sneakily making a bit of a comeback from 10-2.
Sneakily, yeah. This is kind of reminding me of that my game on Split. We also had a 10-2 half, and we somehow let it slip away from us.
Yeah, it's happened a few times. You know, Fnatic Loud,
Yeah, Fnatic
Icebox,
Cloud. Yeah.
NRG,
Or
Fnatic.
yeah, energy. I feel like there's a trend there. You know, it's always Fnatic pulling off these crazy comebacks. You know.
Yeah, you know, they've made some crazy hero runs, and now I think Albert's about to do that one here. Look at how they're
Uh,
taking control of this mid pretty fast.
Yeah. And I think especially since with the new VCT circuit in the next year, I think maybe we might see some of these teams that are from the Empress, might see them up in VCT one day.
Have definite potential there. Meanwhile, look at how Razyngan's wrapping the map. They got 4 members coming in to try and pinch them from behind here.
But if Zombie falls, that is gonna crack open the B side. Meanwhile, they're also keeping one lurker of themselves, BK in mid. Nearly does get peeked on by Lava, but decides against it. And now BK has the go signal to go and push this. I don't think they're aware of this. Lethal. BK already shooting back.
Player standing.
And Lethal is just taking a clean 3K. Meanwhile, Emo and BK will finally find the other two. And Albert, looking like it's possible now.
Yeah, I think that was a good idea for Zin to go for that wraparound, but unfortunately, you know, I think it just took a little bit too much time. You know, Zombie got caught out. I mean, like BK went for a wrap of their own. They were able to get some picks here. And yeah, you know, it's looking a little bit scary, but now again, we got some guns. You know, I'd like to see us use some the Phoenix Ult as well. You're 1 away from the chamber. Op's gonna be in their hands though, so not too bad if this round gets away from you, but still makes it a little bit more hopeful for Albert. Not something you really want to be letting happen.
Looks like they read it. Looks like Albert read it well. They know where the operator is. They're just clearing out mid bend. Maybe thinking trying to push it there. Looks like the call is A. They're leaving A side completely open, so they want to play this retake Razyngan. And Albert is just happy to take a free side, and the volley pops near XC. Does take some damage. Lava. Oh, almost just missed the Lava by a hair, but he'll fall. I think that was a little bit of a mistake from Lethal, popping the maul near his teammate. And now the retake begins. Trying to go fast, BK. Good for it, and Jersey's taken back. And the rest of the team, XE, doing wonders in secret, but unfortunately, fortunately for Zombie, finally gets the pick, and it's all left up to Zombie. That operator dashing forward, trying to hit the shot, but Emo Girl just quicker with the draw on the shorty and a quicker with the slide.
Yeah, I mean, the round kind of went away from them. I mean, yeah, that really opened up the A side, and they were able to just get just enough utility down. And I mean, sending, you know, Axie over deep into A, you know, sending their weapons, these expendable weapons over deep to get some kills and do what they do best. You know, it's really opening this up. And now they're still sitting on these ults. They got 4 ults to their name. And then meanwhile, you got some ults over here on the side. You're going to probably be seeing the chamber ult coming out this round, especially since it is eco.
Looks like, yep, and as you mentioned, the chamber ult is now used. It's only a sheriff, and at least Kid is ready. What are we doing, guys? Layers on layers, trades on trades. Emo Girl just baiting out this operator, sets up a wall. It's just toying with Zombie, just keeping him on one angle. Meanwhile, the rest of Albert looking to push the A side. Lava. Finally, Emo finally goes down. Zombie's like, finally, that nuisance is gone.
Yeah, I don't think that anybody on Razyngan also bought that fake either.
Unfortunately. But you have that KJ already placed, so you have to respect this. Lava looking to push. It looks like he wanted to push, and they are bringing it out. They know where these two players are. Flowers in secret. Meanwhile, Rez is going for the flank. Zombie finds yet another pick, but eventually Ramen does get the pick. But do they read this flank?
I'm not too sure. They have a dastardly flank, and meanwhile, the Lava's getting ready to use that Teho
One
ult,
enemy
trying to
remaining.
get
Yeah,
not caught out here.
Yep. Rez on the swing. Perfectly executed. Perfect executed flank from Razyngan, and they will get to match point. Albert now needing to pull off a miracle to even get up to overtime.
Not impossible. A lot of rounds went away from Razyngan. I mean, it took them quite a bit to get finally. This is their second round of the half. I think Albert can definitely adapt to this, and come in again. You again 3 ults. All you really invested was that KJ ult here. You still have a bunch of utility. Money's not an issue right now. It's definitely still, Albert still has a chance in winning this round.
I mean, Albert needs all the chances they can get, all the energy they could possibly muster up to try to find 4 rounds in a row, not letting Zin even find one more. The operator does ring out. Does it? I think that was a lot of shit damage onto Emo Girl. Zombie falling back. Wants to go for this, and but Exy will do the honors of cleaning up the zombies. So now they know that B site's open, and the retake will begin. Ramen on the lurk. Meanwhile, the rest of Razyngan will fall right into sight. I don't know if Ramen's gonna go for the the B-Link lurk is going in once again. Spots out both. Gets Jersey at least. The Catty Kid is ready for Ramen. Unsure where he is.
Last player standing.
The rest of Razyngan tries to go for it, but fortunately it's all left up to Lava, who has been on a heater this map. Some around very heated up. But looks like the call to save is made once more. So it will be thrown tonight in favor of Razyngan.
I think at this point in the game, you do want to be going for the save. The game's starting to slip away from you. But all you need is just that one round. You got a couple rounds left to fix it up. I'd love to see the mid control. Razyngan try and take that a little bit and do something with that. A lot of the players coming in from that round came in through the mid, and they were able to definitely get and picks definitely they went in their favor. They shut down the op long. And that's completely fine. But it's completely fine to leave the chamber alone on that B site play for the retake, but I think you want to do this from advantageous positions, and I think one of those things is going to be starting to, I guess, fight from that mid and start, playing a little bit more aggressive here.
Yeah,
you got definitely a few rounds. It's 12-9. Shake some things up, try and get that final win.
They still have 3 chances on match point, so definitely you can play around with how aggressive you can be.
Careful.
Oh, and the op shot just barely misses Lava. At least he manages to save his life. Gotta get ready with the ult. Hesitation is waning. Gotta get wanting to send this ult. And finally, the combo is sent. Teo Whaley combo. Haven't seen that in a while. And this is this could be the final nail in the coffin for Albert, and we might be going to a split. BK finding Jersey, trying to equalize the game. Don't take out the knife, BK. Why are you taking out the knife? Ramen down to 70 HP. It's all left up to him. 1v2 asked of this man. He's been asked to play a 1v3, a 1v4, a 1v5. Now he has to play a 1v2 to absolute perfection if they want to continue on this map anymore. Lava holding one, Kitty Cat holding on the other. It is just a crossfire. Try to go for a double swing. Falling back. Shorty sent 36 HP, and it will be for naught. Razyngan wins this map 13-9, and we're going on split.
That was very good. I mean, that was a very good play. Albert got definitely really comfortable B long. I don't think they were anticipating that kind of play. Both the Teho ult and the Waylay ult being able to punish them, and to add insult to injury, though, it was a little bit of an eco from them. We saw they had a stinger at the start of the round. Just a really good way to close this out from Razyngan. I'm glad they didn't let this one get away from them. But now, headed into map 3. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking of the game so far?
I mean, they've been both amazing. I mean, they traded each other's map picks. Lotus went to Albert, Pearl went to Zin. I'm just excited to see what they have planned on Split. I mean, Split historically in the VCT in any tournament, it's always been a banger. It's been one of those close games. I mean, yesterday actually, I just watched Paper X versus TS, and somehow it went to 17-15. Paper X won, of course, but like you can see how this map has been time and time again a banger. No matter the teams, no matter the agents, it will be certain that Split will either go overtime or at least a close game or blowout. You never know.
Yeah, I think definitely. I think Split is definitely one of those maps where like every team kind of has an idea of what they want to do. I think it's best to have Split, be prepared for these kinds of maps. But as we look at the stats coming in from this game, we see Jersey actually taking the MVP over on Zin, with a 22% headshot percent.
Wait, wasn't it also Jersey that took the MVP last game? Or was it someone else?
It was Caddy Kit for Zin. It was
okay.
Emo has been the top for the past two, but it was Caddy Kit.
Alright.
But Caddy Kit was on the Phoenix though. They changed up their agent selection a little bit here, and it definitely paid off. I definitely am happy with these swaps that they made.
Definitely think that Connecticut didn't really get much value with the Waylay, since with Waylay you always are gonna be the first one in, and you're gonna be also the next one out, and most of the time you do die trying to get a first pick. So Connecticut really couldn't really find, I guess, a lot of kills, and that's also been my experience with Waylay. But still, very strong performance coming in from Razyngan, finding the weaknesses that Albert had on this map and just exploiting them. I think for the side of Albert, you would really try to reconsider your ideas on leaving a site open,
Yeah, and I mean, look at this. A 9% retake success from Albert is it kind of goes to show. It kind of like is told within the 10-2 a little bit, and these the game. Albert definitely had a comeback. They definitely the way they surprised me on their attack for sure.
Definitely.
And I definitely almost making it happen from a 10-2 is it's pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive. I'm pretty sure Razyngan got a little bit scared there. Yeah, now heading into Split, I'm very excited to see what they're going to be doing on the Split, and we will catch you guys when they actually head there. split as far as map 3 goes. Alexander, what do you think of the game so far?
Both have been incredible. It was a bit of a back and forward on Pearl. Definitely, I think Albert could have come back into it, but I think just a lot of mistakes on the attack half just costed them the map.
Yeah, I think, Zen really let that one get away, but I don't think it was entirely at the fault of them. I think Albert definitely coming in with a lot of abstract plays and the ways they, were able to attack the map. I think it's just, whoever could think the most is going to be the one who's more successful in that, right? Whoever can, outthink the other. And I think in the end, Razyngan was able to close that out. Very happy with that. And, you'll notice that also they were opposite map picks as well. Razyngan lost their map choice. Albert lost their map choice. Now we're headed to a bit more of a neutral ground and split. I'm very excited to see what these teams are going to be bringing out.
Honestly, on Split, I mean, the meta is still very well defined. I mean, it's double initiator with the Sky, sometimes a Tejo, but mainly the main initiator you want to play for Split is Sky. And also, I've been noticing that most commonly on Split, you're playing a lot of Omen, right? You're playing a lot of Omen, but with the recent introduction of Mix, I wonder if Mix would replace Omen in the meta, especially since if you're gonna go for a double heal composition with Sky and Mix, your composition is basically invincible. No matter what damage you take, you have a heal ready in Sky, or if you have a heal ready for Mix. As well as if you have Sky for heal, you can use Mix's impulse as both stuns.
Yeah, I think Mix is a bit interesting. I don't know if he'll be seeing a lot of play because I think the utility that he brings isn't as strong as Omen's. I mean, his deployables are breakable. His ultimate isn't as great. Omen can use that ultimate to get information they otherwise wouldn't be able to get. And I think the Omen Flash also I feel like is a lot more. I prefer the Omen Flash to the boost from Mix. I think it's like a singular stim beacon. Which I mean, I don't know. I'm biased to Brimstone, so what can I say? But
line up Larry over here. Hello.
Yeah, a little bit. I try not to. I try and play fair.
You try not to.
I'm an honest.
Try not to torture.
Yeah, I'm an honest. It cost me some games, but I'm pretty honest. We're gonna be seeing the agent picks coming in though. I wonder. I'm not seeing the Rays on the split map.
Ray.
I feel like I'm kind of used to seeing Rays.
Rays, yeah, we see Rays usually, like Rays Neon, Rays Jet, Rays. You never eliminate Rays from split because that is the meta. But looks like it's gonna be a Waylay Neon for the side of Albert, and then for the side of Razyngan, we're just gonna wait for Rez. Oh wait, really? Okay, whoa, okay. We are actually, for the first time ever, we are seeing a mix. But wow, okay.
Yeah, the Mix is a very interesting pick. Not too sure. Honestly, I'm not too sure. I'm excited to see. Maybe they have better ideas than I do.
Yeah. Never mind.
Never mind. It's gonna be Omen. It's gonna be Omen.
No.
Okay, I feel a bit more comfortable about the Omen myself, but I mean I'm not on the team. But it's weird because I'm seeing them committing to the Phoenix here. This will be the third map straight with Phoenix. He hasn't struck me as someone who's particularly incredibly strong, but they are definitely reliable in that utility. But they are trading that off for the Waylay over on Albert.
Yeah, which I think the Waylay will do more than Phoenix could ever do. I mean, sure, you have the flash from Phoenix, but you have Waylay's information gathering ability, right? Because you can just go in, dash in, refract back, or just walk onto site, refract back, get the information you need, and bada bing, bada boom, you have the site already.
Yeah, and look at this. I look at how they're set up, and then look at it seems that Zin is going to be going over for just a full rush onto A site, and it seems that they're going to be taking their chances over on the B side. They're a bit more split. I wonder how the pacing of this game is going to be, if everything's going to happen in the first few seconds. We're just about to find out as the round kicks off.
We've already just found out. It's already Xe finding first contact, taking down a lot of health, a lot of HP taken out from Caddy. But unfortunately, it will be Jersey to find the first pick off on ramp. It looks like they want to keep this camera onto A site. Find the information needed.
Yeah, it seems like they're gonna be opting for the rotate. I think they got the information that they needed. They pulled some rotations, and now Spike's still being committed over towards A, but they're gonna try and test their luck, get the information over on B to see if it's worthwhile. Plenty of time in the world. 1 minute left. They don't have to commit to anything they don't want to at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like they don't want to commit. They don't want to commit to A, and XC finding zombie off in mid, and the rest of the entirety of Albert is rotating over, and the call has been made. They're gonna hit A,
And they're gonna buy that
completely
rotation.
following the trap. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I really like that. I really like that play, taking advantage of that space, just a value. You know, just to show you don't have to, get some kills to get some value. You could give your life for the cause. But now it's
Yeah.
gonna be. Now they're gonna be opted to hold this site here in a strange position.
XC finding Jersey, followed by Emo Girl. Lava next to challenge. Yet again falls. It's all up to Catty Kid, but too far away from the spike. Tries to spam a little bit into it. But no, it will not to be. Albert finally, once again, finding another pistol.
Yeah, I always find when you plant that bomb down on A, it's kind of awkward to hold that site. When you're trying to defend that site and you don't have a lot of space elsewhere, and you're kind of pinched onto that A site, it makes the defense have an easier time trying to go for this retake, especially when numbers are pretty even. And I think just when you lose that duel over I think it's A short, the round can easily flip on its head, and that's exactly what we saw, and how Albert was able to come away with the first pistol round.
Yeah, exactly. And also not to mention, most commonly, if you're gonna go for A side, you wanna plant open since you have that heaven area. But it's really hard to play that position on the pistol round because you only have pistols. They barely do a lot of damage from far range. So maybe planting safe is a lot better of idea on the pistol rounds. Right now the tempo is still very slow. Taking mid control as much as they can, and meanwhile Albert left 3 on the site.
Just taking their time, finally getting some peaks going. Picks being traded out back and forth here. Yeah, amazing. Really good picks. You're gonna clear out this mid pretty fast.
Exit finding lava. And it's all. And Jersey, sorry. Final one. Oh, the flash. Where did the flash go?
Interesting flash. I think it just didn't work out the way he wanted it to. I think it was a good effort. You're up against these powerful guns against Albert. They're holding out that mid, and that's exactly where you want it to go. Not a whole lot of stuff bought, but now you got some guns in your hands. I think this bonus round is gonna be a lot more important than people will think. This is, again, guns in your hands. Let's see what we could do with this. I feel like they're attacking this pretty well. I just don't think they had the firepower these last couple of rounds, but now they definitely will.
I think so. Ramen still holding this mid, and going at that good dash. Good dash coming from Catty Kid. Oh, Emo going in for the info gather. Manages to fall back. Gets one pick with the judge. Jersey. Good trade out. And right now, Lethal on the site, telling them, no, you cannot have my site for free. Not at all. Holding the site down with a perfect aim in the trips. Trip's not really doing the job, but I mean, they did already break the trip up in heaven, so. Still, this is an impressive
from that
pull
trip
from
as
the
well.
entire team. Yeah.
We're at a bit of a stalemate right now. Not much going on. Everyone's aware of where everyone else is at. Lethal proving to be a threat over on the B side. But we see the spike being committed over to the B side, and Zombie caught out. And it's going to be punished for his positioning, and it's going to leave Rez down in the 1v4.
Yeah, let's just jump that trip. But Lethal's there waiting with a Phantom in hand. 3K and 0-3 so far. Albert taking the lead in this third map.
Yeah, not what you want to see if you're a Razyngan fan. You have your Phoenix ult coming on online. You're able to try. Maybe we can make something happen here. But I mean, Lethal getting those picks. He had no business getting those picks over there from sitting there down on the B side over to Heaven. But that definitely shut down the momentum that Zin had built up in that round. And now it seems they're going to be going for a bit of an eco push, 5-person rush over to the B side. Going to try and overwhelm this Cypher a bit.
I mean, yeah, this has been Zin's plan the entire all these games actually. It's just been trying to push, trying to rush, all that good stuff, and I mean it's worked out a ton sometimes, but most of the time it just fails to deliver on what is promised. Especially now running right into that trip, but a teammate near drop managed to capitalize off over on the trip. Oh, the spam doing a lot of chip damage. Jersey and Lava taking out White low, and Rez trying to go for the fake TP, but Exy reads it to a T, finding two off the back of that fake TP. BK with a sharp shot right onto Zombie and finishing up Lava. It is 0 for Albert. Looking like they are clean on split.
I think it's just proving that this, Cypher trip is over. It's very devastating over on that B side. He's been locking that down pretty well and adapting those trips to put them shut down the certain plays that would otherwise, put the favor in them. Or we seeing a timeout from Razyngan. And, I agree with this. You definitely need to take the time and think about how you guys want to approach this. You guys have been slow pushing a bit. It hasn't really been working. We've tried at mid, we've tried at B. I think it's time to maybe do a little couple defaults, try and get some information, and try and fight for the little battle, see who can get the most space, and try and put the power to the individual players for a little bit.
Yeah, it's like what Albert did on the first. It's like what Albert did back in the first map. Like, I mean, they played contact as well on their attack side. They got the info. They rotated wherever they needed, and seeing how that worked out in Lotus pretty well, especially since it is a 3-sided map. I'm surprised that Razyngan is not doing that right now. I mean, they did it in Pearl, so why aren't you doing it here on Split? It's a little bit interesting in what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I think that they're trying to clear this one up right now with this timeout. I think we could definitely see some kind of sharp execution coming in. It's going to be a bit of a split. We got a couple over on the A side. It's going to be that. It seems that A side's going to be their target at the moment. They're not committing the spike anywhere, though. They're going to try and see what they can do. And yeah, they're going to be trying to make some space and trying to, put the power in a little bit of the individuals right now.
Yeah, I mean, that is finally we're seeing the Razyngan that we saw from map 2. Like I said, putting power to the individual players. And there we go. The running back is sent. And Flash does find a Lethal. Takes him down low, but I think he'll be fine. He'll be safe and sound. And once again they're trying to exploit Albert's weakness of quickly rotating over, which Albert has been notorious for doing a lot, and guys haven't learned too much. But Exy, holy shoot! My goodness me, Exy. Quick with the slide, with the operator, but cannot find another pick. Meanwhile, finding Jersey.
A little bit of a whiff with that operator, but I love that they were able to take that noise over there on B, get that A site. And now they're going to take a little bit of a risk here, pushing a bit aggressive and getting off that A site. They don't want to be sitting ducks this time around.
But I mean, there is also the risk that the rest of Albert can just take the site for free. I mean, yeah, Lethal will fall, but oh my god, Rez on for the ace. People goes low, and the ace is secured. Razyngan with the first ace of the series.
Well, I mean, people have gotten close, but Rez, I'm glad to see that Rez was able to get that ace there. And I mean, again, I think taking the fight away from the A site, moving it to Heaven, moving it to these weirder places that are more awkward for at least both of these teams to fight, instead of letting them come to you, I think that was a very good adaptation. A very good way to keep Albert, from getting a bit too comfortable. They were able to take 4 rounds away straight in a row, but now, maybe they can keep this momentum going into this 6th round.
It looks like Albert is leaving the A side the B side completely open, letting the Waylay lurk a little bit. Yeah, that is the plan. Leaving B for retake, and once again, here we're gonna see another Albert retake. Jersey trying to. Oh, the shots. No matter how much you spam, but Emo Eager on the back of the flank finds many kills. Like tries to go for the dash, but nothing. Shut down straight by Zombie. It's all left up to BK with 1 HP left, but cannot find a single kill. Second round found for Razyngan.
I was very worried after watching what I just saw from Jersey there. I'm glad to see that they weren't, completely lost. I think it was trying to go for the pinch with the Waylay ult. It was a very good idea. Unfortunately, I think the trades just didn't really go in their favor right now. They were able to get picks elsewhere. And being able to also get rid of that Cypher utility, being able to run down that B, it's definitely going to force Lethal to try and adapt those tripwires to put them a little bit deeper on the site and letting them actually enter a little bit.
Yeah, and once again, it's gonna be another rush strat. Stun on stun, but Razyngan will get it over the line, get that kill. Setting a Phoenix Molly backside. You know where Lethal wants to play now, but it's Lethal and Ramen. You do not want to be facing Ramen in this scenario. And Lethal on the backside trying to go for it, but unfortunately falls. Jersey once again. Jersey looking to get the second ace of the map. But unfortunately, Ramen is there. Find and take him down. Only Ramen left on the side. BK finally finding the backup from Rez onto the heaven. Trigger discipline. Do you have it? No, wait!
Very good decision making. Very good way to get rid of those threats right now. The micro decision to get rid of the idle omen, and then the Faye being occupied trying to use that dog right there. Very good way to play that post plant. Very good lurk as well to try and take advantage of that, abandoned heaven. And again, yeah, I love that they're now overwhelming this Cypher, and they, instead of having to respect it, they're able to just force that Cypher to do something else. I really love that play. It's definitely Albert's feeling a little bit uncomfortable in this round.
Yeah. Spread. They're now once again spread out, but there's no trips on site, so they're going no trip contact style, so they're gonna keep themselves there. And once again, the fast rotate over to A. Not again.
Yeah, that Fade Eye's gonna get nothing, and so they're gonna definitely rotate off of this. And now it's gonna clear up that site, and they're gonna invest this ult, just try and aggressively clear this.
I really don't. I want to get into the heads of Albert, try to see what keeps making them rotate that fast off to the side, and Rez on that tower area, keeping himself there, trying to get as many picks as he can. Does eventually get taken out, but the rest of his teammates are back there with him, trying to get it to half. They do get a half, so they have the time to play with. But the spike is slowly ticking away. You don't have that cover anymore. Time 6. Odin sent. It's all left up to BK, but that HP won't do any good. Gets a classic kill for his troubles though. But the spike unfortunately will go off, and that's gonna be a tied up scoreline 4-4. I mean, like I said, this is gonna be a banger, right? Split. It's always gonna be a banger.
Yeah, I love that also that when the way that Caddy Kit was able to wrap all the way around through their spawn to try and capitalize on a lot of the space that they're creating, because we saw Caddy Kit was already inserted all the way up through mid, decided to go for an incredibly aggressive endeavor, and it did pay off. And I love that they also played for that heaven. We are going to be seeing another timeout come in this time. I imagine it's going to be Albert sided this time. But yeah, I love that they're moving the fight away from the site, and they're moving the fight over to heaven, and that's exactly, I think, what you have to be doing. Again, when you're on that A site, it's very hard to actually just strictly defend it, and being able to fake over as well with the Tejo at the start of the round, I think that was a very, very smart micro play as well, comboed with the no information from Fade Eye. It's like, yeah, they did this like 3 times in a row, they're going to do it again. Yeah, very, very good, very well played from Razyngan.
Very well played indeed. They're just keeping Albert corralled in one area of the map, and Albert, I'm reconsidering what you were doing with your side holes. I mean, I don't understand. Like, you don't get info on like A side, B side. Then you start rotating, and then when they push, it's like, oh, they're already there. Like I think they should really just play around the timing. Like if the Fade Eye doesn't get anyone, just stay on site. There, it's not really that hard to not over rotate.
Yeah, I think the tempo definitely the changes in tempo from Razyngan is a bit unpredictable. I think that's what Albert has been falling for a little bit. But we're going to be seeing a very aggressive endeavor here coming in from Razyngan.
One of Razyngan's optimal pushes, and looks like the tempo is gonna be the hand of Razyngan, but Albert on this flank. So looks like the style will be that XC will get the contact on the trip, and then let Emo Girl follow up, or nope, they're gonna both push together. Lava gets one, Lethal gets zombie, and trades are on. Trades after trades, BK at least getting one more.
Last player
Is-
standing.
Neon ult sent, and the tempo has completely gone out the window for Albert. 5-4. Razyngan finally taking the lead into this final map.
Yeah, the way Razyngan just aggressively took that B site, you know, it's that when I think they're just so aware, right? And now it's like instead of being able to rely and not really invest a whole lot into this B site, now you have to invest a lot more people, right? Cypher traditionally could have held a site all by himself, depending, but now he's going to need a little bit of help. And although they had some really good ideas, trying to go for like pinch them, go a bit around them, not entirely have everybody, from their heaven and from their spawn. It just didn't work out, unfortunately, because Razyngan just has so much control of this map.
Yep. Oh, the jump peak nearly eliminating BK. Exi though does find that one Odin player, but I think they still have another. The zombie. I mean, at that point, what is BK supposed to do there? I mean, he's getting spammed on by an Odin, getting spammed by a Vandal, by a Spectre, by a Phantom, but never. I mean, there's my answer, Exi. You know what? I'm gonna shut up.
I mean, the Battle of the Neons, man. They're just able to independently frag, and I mean, these two characters are just these players as well have just been so good in this game, traditionally. And I think that now that we found ourselves in a bit of a 2v2, we're going to start seeing some on the Cypher ult being invested. They're going to be catching out where they're going to be making the decisions.
They've spotted out both teams, so they know where they are. From the shadows, sent to the back side, and the pivot to A has been made, but this time around, they're playing separate. So they're
30
reading into
seconds
this. They know that after the From the Shadows is sent, want to rotate, and that trip will find the contact it needs. A rest falling. 20 seconds left. Caddy Kit now needing to go for the push, need to go for a play. It's either you go for the play or save this gun into the open arms of Lethal. Spotted
10
out.
seconds
Kitty Cat knows where he's aggressing. Whiffy on the shots. Lethal at least gets him down to 30 HP.
Spike
So it's up
planted.
to Ramen, the healthier player from the side of Albert, needing to find the final clutch, final kill to secure this map. Secure this round. Kitty Cat. Kitty. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Catty Kit. There we go. There we go. Oh, my brain is still not braining. Excuse me. Looking the wrong angle. And Ramen takes him down, sending him 6 foot back. And it's gonna be 5-5. Razyngan and Albert playing this like Lotus, back and forward, back and forward.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's the coming down to the 1v1 there and just losing that to timing is it can be a bit frustrating. I think that was a really good adaptation too from the Cypher moving that trip over to the heaven of A side. It got a lot of information right there. And again, these teams, the way that they're able to adapt to what the other is doing, it's very. We got ourselves a game. I could see this going to overtime. I could see a lot. Right now we're at 5-5. We'll be going for a 5-man rush here over to the A.
Yeah, they went back to what works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So they went back to what they played in the previous rounds, what Albert had been expecting, and I think after that they'll try to change the tempo a bit. Looks like they're just playing slow, playing information gathering, knowing where each member are, and Albert getting a little bit starved for info. They're pivoting one member to the other, pivoting pivoting the duelists wherever they're needed.
I think they're heavily anticipating that B push, but it's just going to be Caddy Kid over there trying to sell this fake a little bit.
Yeah. Well, the cam gets broken, so they are trying to sell this fake, but Albert is not falling for the bait. Still keeping 2 over in A. Yeah, they're offside, but that's still more than enough players to keep. Tempo is still so slow. Ult is Whaley's ult is Sam, but nothing to be hit. The
30
vents
seconds left.
still vents pivoting over to A, and now it's gonna be a full-on B rush on the side of Zin. So it's gonna be a full-on 5v5 retake, and let's see if Albert can finally get a successful retake.
A very good, successful retake, but it seems these trades are actually going in the favor of Albert. In time, they have to get the spike down.
Spike planted.
XC with the ult and the judge. Very well played from the side of Albert, and finally the trade's going in the way of Albert, but that is a successful retake for the side of Albert.
I really thought Razyngan played that round well, you know, buying their time, definitely, you know, seeing that they're committing to the A, you know, they had Albert fooled for a little bit. I think just unfortunately, you know, you're just not able to get those picks. They didn't really fall in your favor, but they had so much control of the map. They had Heaven, they had the actual site. I think just if they made that decision to rotate just a little bit sooner, I think that could have this round could be a very different round.
Definitely so. And Albert is sending a message to them. They're basically saying, you took us from Pearl, but we're taking your split. We're taking the series down 6-5 though. Could it be another 7-5 half? I mean, that's been the trend so far.
Not. They're going to be going a little bit aggressive to this B side, what they've been doing, trying to break the Cypher utility.
Fortunately, Lethal there is now there with an Odin of his own. They're canceling the reload animation, so he's still back on 59 bullets. Bullet counter going lower. Once again, they're just checking out B, making sure that there probably is like a lot of Cypher util, and Zombie does note this next trip on Heaven, so well placed by Lethal. Him on the
Because they
A
have
side,
now
Emo.
control of mid here. They're able to make this decision on where they want to go.
Yeah. Okay, jump over, coming over to BK there. Home? Yeah.
All right. All right.
Jersey, we saw nothing. I promise. Ult, we gotta get sent. Does find all the players. Lethal in the back side. Just still spamming that Odin, but Lava up above.
30 seconds left.
So now Zin will most likely will be able to make this a 6-6 half unless XC and Emo have something to say about it. But XC falls. 2v1. Left up to Emo. Notes where one of the players are. The wall drops, finds the headshot onto Rez. Rez sends out the blind, pushing up, finds a shot, and it's gonna be a 6-6 half for the first time in both maps. We have a 6-6 half.
Yeah, I mean, I like how Razyngan played that. You know, very good, very aggressive way they took that site. You know, being able to disrespecting that Cypher utility, not giving it a lot of respect. That definitely hurts the kind of presence that Cypher has in the overall pick that you have with that. And then also just, I mean, being able to take that site aggressive the way we do it. I mean, also the way they also just didn't really come in through B main. They went in through the Heaven. They gave that up. They gave up that mid site. They were able to take Heaven, and that trip just being unfortunately not being at just the right height where, like, you know, you can't jump over that. You know, I mean, just everything really worked in the favor of Razyngan for that round.
Yeah, and now we're moving on to Albert's attack half, especially with that Neon Whaley combo. Like we both mentioned, this could be a very good way to start the attack. And already, Neon's deep sight. Emo finding the first pick, and Exy finding the next one, hopefully onto Jersey. And yeah, that second pick is already found, and we're already seeing the benefits of a Neon Whaley combo. Lava falling to Exy, and it's the duelist doing the job here. Just doing the job. Exy playing around with Zombie. Falling back. Oh, no, whoa! Okay, Zombie. NV Classic doing its job, but Lethal's there to clean him up. Got a little scary, they got a little dicey, but eventually Albert does take the round.
I mean, that was a really great play with the classic there. I mean, he almost made that happen, but I mean, you just have to win your ones, I think, on these pistol rounds. It came down to just a lot of whiffs going in from Razyngan. There's really, not much else to say about that. They're gonna be doing a 5-stack over towards B, and Albert making their way over towards A site. One of those gambles that aren't really gonna pay off here.
Yeah, they're gambling B side, like they're trying to read, like, oh, they're gonna do this like a pattern, you know. They weren't expecting them to go back to A once again, and now that they realize their mistake, it is far too late. Albert has already taken the entirety of side, and Exy gives Emo a welcoming kiss.
Yeah, but look at the rotation. They're gonna be rotating through the spawn, and it's gonna be, I guess, only Zombie is gonna be trying to take this heaven. But most of the players are gonna be coming in from, Albert's spawn.
They will do indeed. Lethal at least finds one. Sorry, got Catechist. Does find one before falling to the rest of Albert. So let's see if the bonus can be taken by Zin or Albert. I feel like right now the momentum, Albert could take the bonus, but Zin has also been playing really well.
Yeah, I mean, the last bonus also went to the way of Albert, and there wasn't a whole lot of damage done. I thought that that rotation over through their spawn would have worked a lot differently. But now it seems like, I wonder if they're going to be 5-stacking over to this A side. I wonder if they're going to be trying to go for this aggressive push trying to push into their spawn again, or if they're going to try and play this a little bit more slow.
Yeah. I feel like they would try to play this a little bit slower. Or make me eat my words. Because you only have a judge. Stunning back, lava. With the judge doing its magic. All you have is cost. Whoa, BK, you need more bullets, my friend? I think you ran out a bit too much with the mag. Oh my god, insane zombie. Ramen making up that bullet mistake, the bullet mount. Rez taking 2 falls. Lead falls and anyways, Lethal left alone. He made the footsteps. He made
gun
the
for this
footsteps.
retake either.
Yeah. I think they did fall for the rotate. The false footsteps. But eventually he's gonna be spotted out, so now they know. He's still on A, sticking his guns. 9 bullets, Lethal. You got what it takes. Push over to Vandal. I was in Vents.
30 seconds left.
You know where?
Wonder if Rez is going to be ready for this one here.
Yeah, he could be. Oh yeah, he is. Rez, you could go for the knife. You could. Oh, he's going for it. No. Misses the first so white, but gets it in the end. Oh, what a brutal way to get around.
Very, very successful bonus here. I mean, just the way they're able to control that. Razyngan, the way that they're just able to have people there in the right time in these duels. Now it's going to force Albert to play this a little bit more slowly. I'm going to anticipate, we're going to probably see them move. They're going to be over to the B side. Spike's going to be making their way over there. Trying to see if they can make anything happen, A, but definitely less going on over there. But I think they're going to be a little bit more calculated in what they're trying to do.
Yeah, it looks like they are now going for like a 3-0 default. And the final hit could be B, but Jersey just making sure to keep control of the backside and keep control of B. Now they know where they are. They have to fall back. Emo trying to go in with a shotgun himself. Fortunately, Catechist is a little bit faster with shooting his bullets. And they know where Zombie is as well. Well, blinds out. So for the side of Albert, they'll try to take tower control. But I wonder if they're aware of the initiator that's in. But now they are. Now know where lava is. Zombie is holding this corner, spotted it out, and they will try to take the B side. But they're aware of this omen. No, they are not until, of course, Rez. It's a pick, and the trades are going in favor of Albert, but it's still a 2v2.
Yeah, it almost happened for them. I think just not anticipating that there'd be one more peek in that angle, you know? Just
Yeah.
didn't really go their way.
Salva's sent, so both players are split up. Ramen though is the healthier player, and as expected, takes down Lava. It's all left up to Catty Kid. But they're both playing on both awkward angles that they cannot try to figure out, and eventually falls. Albert taking 9-7. So the lead is still
bit
bad. It's
hard.
still in favor of Albert.
Yeah, a bit hard to go for that retake there. But you know, definitely it could have been done. I think the thing that Albert did really well, they were able to just, you know, the way when these hit these, they finally hit like an explosive site, right? And that worked out for B. But again, I think it's gonna be only a matter of time before Razyngan adapts to this kind of fast-paced play, and they're gonna start having to be a little bit more precise here. But I'm glad to see it worked out for Albert, though.
I can't imagine a world where it didn't work out. I mean, that'll be a good mental decrease. Almost, Caddy, almost. Unfortunately for the side of Zin, XC getting those 2 kills on the judge puts them at a really massive man disadvantage. And Jixie, he may be low, but that shot was just incredible. Rez
Spike
now on the
planted.
mid. Knife out. Emo Eager did not know what to do there. It's back up, lethal downed. So next, it's just gonna be looking like Albert take this round
Player standing.
and that will be the story case unless Jersey sharp with the sheriff, 2 bullets. Ramen 45 HP. Ramen on you. You have only 45 HP left. Going on the backside. Ramen with this phantom kill. 7-10. 3 rounds away from match and series point.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I thought the patience there and the calm aim from Jersey almost made that happen. And the judge being pushed up so far into the A, I think just being able, the advantage that I guess the explosive stuff, you know, it's working out for them. They're able to just, it's not really just about taking the site. It's about more taking these crucial points is going to make it a lot easier for them. A good home base for them to just gather and reassess. And I think that the sending the neon there, able to get 2 with that judge, really just shut the round out away from Razyngan. But I was a little bit of an eco from Razyngan. Now we're going to see them with some guns. They're going to have a little bit more utility. They're going to have some ultimates. I noted that they still have that Phoenix ult they're able to do something with. Hopefully they're able to make the Phoenix work and, you know, feel like it's actually going to be doing something this game, you know? Not that it hasn't done anything, but...
But I mean, yeah, the thing is with the Phoenix, it is a weaker duelist compared to like a Waylay Neon combination, right? But at least they're still making it work. They're making Albert uncomfortable with how Jersey plays these kinds of plays as well. And not to mention that being that sharp with the sheriff just nearly costed him that round. Luckily, Ramen was there to hold it down. But we're going to this round, and it's gonna be 5 ults for the side of Albert. So I don't know. Maybe they want to invest like maybe 1 or 2, but imagine investing all 5 ults into this one round. That could put Razyngan in an interesting position because you also have 4 ults of your own.
Yeah, I could see them doing something a bit aggressive here. They're gonna have the Waylay being sent over to make some noise B, but that spike seemingly is gonna be going over to the A side.
Okay,
And I
taking
think
on
they're
the
gonna-
trip. You still have to refract. Oh, almost. Jersey almost taking it out. And the first ult is used. You try to get info, but Xe falling down to lava, getting burned at the feet with that Odin. Bullet spread doing wonders. And Catty Kid manages to fall back. But that's the next ult used for Razyngan. They're gonna run it back. Also now used. Razyngan taking care of the site. Then Odin doing its job. And Razyngan, with a full domination of a bloodbath, does take this next round. Okay.
That was
chill with the high sense.
Yeah, that's a very, very good round from Razyngan, you know. I mean, Odin shutting down that fake, them staying a bit patient, not really buying what the Waylay was selling over there on B, and again shutting down that attempt onto take heaven, because we saw that Axie went over all the way to try and take that heaven, and the lava was there to shut that down. I really, again, pinched them onto that A side. I made them a bit more uncomfortable. Made it a lot easier for Razyngan to come in and go for the retake. And, you know, I love the use of the Phoenix ult there. You know, just really well played from Razyngan.
Yeah, and now Albert is now one Bucky and a Ghost at most. Now they have to try and find a way to get back into the round. That trip is not gonna do them wonders, but Rez unfortunately gets his ankles broken. Thanks and courtesy with from Axie. But you have 2 Odins on your side, so you just have to play this back. Just keep spamming away, but Neon ult is sent. Oh no, it's gonna get a little whiffy with the Neon ult, and
Last player standing.
it just opened up the possibilities of Razyngan and a disaster for Albert. It's all left up to Lethal, and I don't think he has any more else to say. Razyngan taking the 9th round, and this is getting scary for Albert.
Yeah, I mean, that round looked like it was Albert really had that. They had the ult. They were going for, you know, that push over to the heaven over on B side. But I mean, where Lava was being able to lurk behind with that Odin going unchecked, and then I'm not too sure what happened with how that Neon ult ended up happening that way. But I mean, everybody just it ended up. Zombie was able to get out with the skin of their teeth. You know, just I mean, it's still a great round from Razyngan. Really loved the lurk from Lava being able to pinch that up and, you know, provide a lot of pressure.
Yeah. So now Albert finally with 3 rifles in hand, but Duelist still on the shotguns. Maybe there could be a chance they can get this round at least to a good start. Looks like Emo Eager will be going for that start, but falls back as soon as possible. Still, that Odin had to get taking out your one other duelist, and still that Odin is still doing wonders.
Yeah, I think, you know, them trying to fight for that heaven, you know, that's been going over the sides. But now look at that rotation over through mid. They got exactly what they needed, that information. And now it's going to be a B-side hit. And look at how aggressive Axie is getting a pick with that Bucky there.
Try picking up the Odin, but never mind. Axie's just fall back. Just wait the spike. But as you can see, Razyngan's team is spread all over the place. You're not aware where these players could be, and Axie with the whiff of the Bucky. That is just gonna cost them the round, Albert. You don't know where the rest of these players are, and it is gonna be a question if Lethal, if both these 2 players can try to make something happen. Odin in hand, BK, all you have left, 36 HP. You know where Jersey is. You have a hunt to play with. Spots him out, playing ring around the Rosie. You only have 5 bullets in your gun. Versus a Phantom. Just diffusing. Go for the stick in Jersey. Do you have the time? Yes, you do. 10-10. Razyngan.
BK was almost the hero in that round, just being able to get those 2 kills. But, you know, it really has you at the edge of the seat. A lot of these rounds have just gotten so close. I mean, you could tell from the score being 10-10. This is a very, very competitive map, you know. And I really like that decision. They almost had that too, but that one Bucky shot just completely shifted the way the game was going. I mean, they had a lot of space over there in through their spawn, but again, you know, now they have guns in their hands. Now it's gonna be a bit more even.
It is quite unfortunate for Mexi. I think they'll try to redeem themselves this round. Catty just holding this angle. I think they did spot out Exy. But they're gonna double push, most likely pinging out. Oh, they just aligned up for Catty Kid. That is not a way you want to start this next round, especially at 10-10.
Lining up those heads, and now that Spike's gonna be moving over to mid, they're gonna be having to play this a little bit more slow now. See Lava with that judge over there sitting in back. An interesting choice from Lava, but Zombie was able to get those hits with the Odin there, able to close that out. I mean, the Odin is going to be just very dangerous this game. And again, this clean, they just line up their heads right here in this one, trying to clean out the smoke and clear it, trying to make some space, maybe call some people back, but time not going to be taken. Albert has lost 4 in a row. What do you think that needs to be different right now for Albert to get the game back in their favor? He's having mic issues. All right. Yeah, I think one of the things that Albert needs to be doing is just I mean, I don't know. These rounds have just been coming down to like a lot of these missing these certain shots, and when these games are. Also, I think with that last round specifically though, we being a little bit more respectful, taking your time a little bit, trying to let these things play out, let Razyngan guess rather than trying to do something. It's just a lot of urgency that I feel like Albert is putting a lot of this pressure that's not really there. I think if they took the time to readjust and reassess, you have plenty of time in the round to actually do something. You have all the time in the world, and that's what I think about what happened with that. I hope that when they come out of this timeout, they're going to start doing this, playing the clock a little bit more, or at least, being a little bit more committed in the plays that they're going to be doing. And it seems that it's going to be, commitment to the plays that they're doing right now as they start on this round 1v5. But the Razyngan not having any of that, finding themselves 2 picks and able to shut down this attempt at an aggressive take quite hastily as well. But Albert now going to take this time just to reassess and see if they can take this A site a little bit later in the round. No one trying to take any space anywhere else. And it's just going to be the patience here from Albert, trying to see if they can catch anyone from Razyngan, feeling a little bit more confident in how the rounds have been going lately. Lava with the pick on a lethal, making this a little bit harder. Very hard, actually.
Missile deployed.
A 5v2, a tall task. Again, BK, though, has always been a hero, able to get 1. You're going to need a little bit more, but you got the Teho ult coming in, able to shut this down, and the lurk coming in from Zombie behind with the Odin. No one has any idea, and he's able to... He falls to Ramen here, and now in a favorable... Not impossible from Ramen, but look at how Rez is in the back, able to clean this up, and now it's going to be 12-10 in the hands of Razyngan. I like the idea. I think being able to play that aggressively, but I think Razyngan just being ready for that aggression. I mean, they know that Albert's been doing these plays a little bit faster. This has been a bit, something that they're able to adapt to. I mean, this game has just been adapting to like everybody else, and being able to try new things. It's been a great game, and it's exactly what you'd expect from these 2 top-tier teams. And here, meanwhile, we're going to see probably another aggressive play. Look at the ultimates from Razyngan. Every single one online. You have Fade ult as well. It's going to be another aggressive push. 5 people going straight to B. And this round is going to be very crucial as that A site comes in. Emo Girl with the pick and the judge on the jersey decides to recall, preserve their life. And now that bomb's going to go down. But the Heaven control is still going to be in the hands of Razyngan. BK feeling a little bit lucky, playing a bit aggressive into the smoke. Is he going to be caught by Rez? And Rez is able to find 2. Gonna clean this round up. Emo, hello, welcome back, Alexander. You missed a lot.
It's gonna go any more further. 2-1. Razyngan will take this final match of week 6 on EMPRESS.
Yeah, this was a great game. This is exactly what you'd expect from this kind of game. I mean, great Valorant play from both sides. I think that definitely you can walk away from this. You have some wins, and Albert with the massive roster shakeup. I mean, like again, 3/5 of your roster, not even hardly being able to play with the core of your team. Now you just completely shook up everything, and being able to perform like this against a team like Razyngan, a proven top competitor, a very, very good. I would be very proud if he were Albert, but Razyngan holds the glory today, I think.
Indeed, and I mean, you just have to tip your hat at Razyngan. They played it pretty well, and if I didn't have that mic issue, I could have continued. I could have had a better ending to that. But anyways, I mean, Albert played their hearts out all the way this entire series, and I think actually being the hero, it's just This has been incredible for side of AL3, especially since this is their substitute, right? He literally just came into this match and just dominated. But Razyngan eventually does take the win.
Yeah, I mean, also I really like the adaptations that Razyngan did. You know, they put their character. I feel like they put their players on a lot stuff that they were a lot more comfortable on. You know, they gave Jersey to they give the Phoenix to Jersey. You know, they let Caddy Kit play these duelists that are able to go, you know, be a little bit more extended. And even though Caddy Kit themselves, they were shut down today, you know, it just proved that, you know, the Razyngan, you know, it's not all Caddy Kit, you know, it's like all these players being able to come up and have these big moments as well. And yeah, as you get noted, you know, their substitute coming in and being able to perform, we will, yeah, I mean, like, you know, the substitute, I think they have some great things to work on here for Albert.
Definitely. And maybe if you want to promote, maybe if you want to promote him to main roster, you know, might as well do it. You know.
Yeah, I would definitely think about it. I mean, what a game today. I mean, it was very balanced. This game, you know, this game wasn't like, you know, locked away from any moment. You know, the rounds definitely went back and forth. But Razyngan able to close it out last second. I mean, 84 kills to 84 kills, basically almost mirrored statistics over on this in the macro settings, in the macro statistics here. Just wow, just a great game.
Indeed, and Albert having a better retake success on this, you know, retake success here. 33% better than last game, and also this entire series has been wonderful to watch. Like we have a first 13-9, then another 13-9, I think, and then 13-10. Like just overall, this entire series has been incredible to watch.
Yeah, yeah. And now we're able to celebrate it with one of the people in this matchup, Rez from Razyngan, going to be joining us today. Rez, how do you feel about the win today? How are you doing?
Hello, Rez.
Hello, Rez. How are you doing? How are you feeling today?
There we go.
All right, now how are you doing? How are
Happy
you feeling,
deliveries.
Rez?
Dude, I feel like I've aged 30 or 40 years at that game. I need like some Geritol or something, bro. Because I had to IGL and I had to figure out where everyone's playing. Albert V3, like full credit to them, bro. They played a great game. Biggest challenge so far. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very tough opponent. You know, probably one of the toughest you'll have all season.
Yeah,
how do
for
you feel
sure.
about, you know, your matchup? You know, you might see them in the playoffs again. You know, how do you feel about that outcome?
I mean, to be honest, I tried something new. I was going for the Viper on Lotus. It did not go well, as you could tell. And we just ended up switching back to my comfort pick, which is Omen. I've played Omen like pretty much my whole Valorant career. And it helped a lot.
Yeah, I felt like you guys were very comfortable. After that first map, you swapped to these comfort picks, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
With that Phoenix, you know, that worked out pretty well. Do you have any players on your team you want to shout out? Who do you think played?
Dude, I mean, honestly, shout out Lava. That guy, we signed him because someone on our team didn't want to play anymore, and he just came in, he did his job, and he gives out so many good comms. He keeps the vibes up. He's a great player, and I'm surprised he didn't get signed by any other team, but, you know, I'm happy to have him.
Yeah, Lava did play a great game today. Alexander, do you have any questions you want to ask Rez here?
I do wanna ask, Rez, since you're the IGL of the team, I'm asking you this question specifically for you. Do you think you have a chance of winning the entire thing?
I mean, time will tell, but we've done pretty good so far. I think a lot of times we do beat up on ourselves. Like sometimes our mentals are weak, so it's kind of up to me to like make sure that our mentals are okay. And I think if our mentals are okay, we can beat any team here. Obviously, Five Guys does look a little bit scary, but you know, we'll hopefully we'll face them soon.
Would you consider Lava to be your like vibe merchant in a way?
Yes, Lava, like he gives out so many good comms, and he's a good guy. Someone really should have signed him. I'm telling y'all, bro. It's gonna be a mistake for any team that didn't sign him.
Yeah, and one last question. What are your goals going to be for playoffs and then potentially after playoffs? What are you guys looking for as a team?
Well, I mean, probably win it. I don't feel like that would be everyone's goals, but uh, yeah, I mean, we're trying to win this one, and obviously, me and Coop Dude or Caddy Cat, we did rank up to Immortal, so we really don't know if we can play next season. So we're just trying to like go. We're trying to like make the most out of the season because we don't really know what's gonna happen next. If I'm not eligible to play, I'm probably gonna step into more of a coaching role, and we'll see. We'll go from there.
Very excited to see what you guys do. But thank you so much for coming on, and great game today. You played amazing. I really
Thank
loved
you, thank
watching
you.
the game today. You guys all did amazing. I think every single player deserves a pat on the back because
Yeah.
know,
I mean,
like,
Caddy Kit, like, I'll be honest, bro. Caddy Kit carries us a lot, let's be honest. And he didn't do the best today in one of the maps, but he did great in every other map. And I'm glad that we were all able to, like, fill in that void perfectly to where, like,
yeah.
we have, like, I think we have a pretty good equilibrium right now. So, yeah. Anyway, we all have shooters on our teams, just, we got to keep that mental going,
Yeah, I think definitely today proved it that you guys are all definitely shooters. Just because Caddy Kid isn't out doesn't mean that you guys are out of the game. But again, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you so much for taking the time to interview us.
Thank you for
Hopefully,
interviewing me.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
didn't think I'd ever be here, bro. I thought this should have been Caddy Kit's interview at some point, bro. Maybe tomorrow, though. Maybe you got one? Shit.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you. See ya.
Ooh.
Well, there you have it. That was the interview with Rez, one of the IGL of Razyngan, the people who
Man.
took away the victory today. Thank you all so much for watching this broadcast. It was a pleasure to cast this. I have been Duga. I was joined by Alexander. If you are interested in competing at all or helping out with production or anything, the Discord is always open. They're always looking for new members and new participants in this kind of circuit. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this broadcast. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye, everyone.